talking about, I'm talking about, and,
I'm just talking about Shaft.
Oh, yeah. We dig it.
Shut your mouth.
How we doing, boys? Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, we were like, I don't know. We were having a vibe. And then,
Were we? And then
Yeah.
you turn the recording on.
Yeah, and then everything stopped. Just like
Now,
dead.
all of a sudden, everything is back to normal.
Back to
By normal, I
boring.
mean bad.
Oh, fuck. I didn't think about any of the
Oh, fuck. What?
I was going to say, I didn't think about any of the other parts of the show. I have no idea why we're fucked. I'm just realizing how little
Yeah,
preparation
you know what?
I did.
I don't feel. I don't feel particularly fucked.
Have we even done like
No,
introductions?
we've barely. I'm just
Welcome.
realizing as the show starts that I don't know what's going to happen.
Welcome to episode 2 of season 6, everybody.
It's June. We are on our second episode. We've done two episodes in 6 months of 2022. That's pretty good.
We're on track.
Yeah, we're on track.
We're doing more than the federal government.
You know what? At least we're doing it.
Yeah.
We're putting in more work than Congress.
Do you guys know how many episodes we did last year? Whole year?
12.
12. At this rate, we will finish 4. But we talked about it earlier. I think we might find a way to not do that this year by trying.
I'm just saying, of everyone at this table, I'm the only one who has not postponed a Dudecast.
You, first of all, yes, you are. And also, you are definitely the one who regularly goes, hey, do you guys want to do a podcast?
Yeah.
And then we go, yeah.
I don't have a lot going for me, all right? This is
the meal ticket.
this is the pleasant distraction that this is what's going to make me my riches.
I think we should
That
add
Roger sick bastard money.
I think we should really, like, if there's like a Dudecast constitution, I think we should have a moment here to amend it.
Well, we certainly
you-
have a Dudecast Bill of Rights.
We do.
Yeah.
We're working on it. Yeah.
Wasn't the Bill of Rights just that we're
eat
going
a
to...
beer, jack off, go to bed.
Did you say eat a beer?
I believe.
Drink a beer. I did say eat a beer. What's wrong with me?
Oh, my God.
See what happens when we're out of practice?
So rusty.
I'm all higgledy-piggledy
Can't
here.
even remember which way to consume a beer. That's how out of practice we are at this table.
Yep.
Y'all eat your beer with the wrapping on or off. It's just an aluminum can with a big bite taken out of it.
Like, I'm just realizing how extraordinarily stupid the Dudecast Bill of Rights has nothing to do with anyone else.
No.
It's just we're gonna drink
beer, jack off, go to bed.
go to bed. Like, I knew it was dumb, but now I'm realizing exactly how dumb that is.
Why?
Never mind. But I think we need a Dudecast constitution, and I think that
Constitution.
and let's not write
Well.
one, but let's amend it anyway.
Okay.
Let's start with an amendment and not a constitution.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's the American way.
Yeah, because our Dudecast constitution is empty, and then I propose we amend it, like we discussed. Let's at least try.
Yeah.
I propose that Ben and I have 1 vote and 3/5 of Dave has a vote.
You know what? That seems fair. I like that idea.
Amendment number 1. We're number 1.
That's right.
Okay, that's good. I'm gonna start writing these down. Please continue.
Amendment number 2. It's Tuesday. That means it's Dude's Day.
Yep. Amendment number 2. It's Tuesday. Oh no, I wrote we are number 2.
Just keep it. It's fine.
I literally wrote.
There's all sorts. No, that's fine. There's there's all sorts of spelling mistakes in the American Constitution.
I have a huge respect now for how the American Constitution was written. It's so easy to say we're number 2. Just so easy.
You know how easy it was? It was just as easy as saying, "Hey, slaves, write this for me." That's how easy it was.
Thank you, Thomas Jefferson.
Thanks, Jefferson.
What was Dudecast Amendment number 2?
It's Tuesday. That means it's Dude's Day.
Yeah.
Yep. Tuesday. Oh my God. Tuesday
Is greater than or equal to.
equals. I'm going to say
Dude's Day.
equals. Yeah. All right. Dude's Day. Tuesday equals Dude's Day. That's fair. Number 3. We try.
We try.
We try.
We try.
We try. Yeah, that's fair.
So wait, are these rights or are these just statements?
No. This is the Constitution. This is not the Bill of Rights.
Oh, okay.
This is just our Constitution at large, with basically nothing really in it. And now we're adding amendments. And number 3 is we're going to try.
Well, technically, the Constitution is the Bill of Rights.
I'm aware of this.
Okay. Let's just get you back to 7th grade history here. It's the same thing. It's just the first 10.
I'm aware of this.
Yeah,
It's just the original.
the first 10 amendments.
Yeah,
the first 10.
But we never established a Constitution. So technically, I want to say the dude's Bill of Rights.
The people.
The dude's Bill of Rights is actually Amendment 0. Because we never had a Constitution.
We, the dude people,
We, dudes of the Union.
have elected to form this shadow government in direct opposition to the real government. Come at us, bitches.
You might call it sedition. You know, no big deal.
What one man's sedition is another man's thinking outside the box.
I'm going to go with number 4 just says fuck the government.
Yeah.
All right.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Boy,
Man.
I'm so glad we got around to this.
Yeah, me too. Finally.
It's only 5 years later, 6 years later, we have a...
When do we dump tea into the harbor?
Right.
that's number 5. Tea in harbor.
Okay. Number 6, we promise to not be that fucked up when we do this.
Number 6, don't be that fucked up.
Only enough. You want to get the creative juices flowing.
You know, we used to have a rule when I was playing shows in a band. We used to have a rule. It was a 2-drink rule, 2-drink max, and also a 2-drink min. You had to have 2 drinks.
Yeah. Well, that's like elderly rock and roll.
It's comedy club rules.
Yeah.
It actually works. You got to be a little loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
You know.
But not so loosey-goosey that you're not.
Not Keith Moon, Lucy Goose.
Right.
No.
Hey, Keith Moon, that man,
Yeah, despite everything, a legend.
Alice Cooper.
Or perhaps because of everything.
Right. So Alice Cooper was actually really close friends with Keith Moon and lived with him for like a year.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that either. But yeah, he lived with Alice and Alice's wife.
That's pretty rad.
And he
Must have
said,
been hell for them.
well, that's what he said. He said 10% of what you've heard about me is true, but 110% of what you've heard about Keith Moon is true. Which is to say that you don't even know the half of it.
Right. You know exactly how destructive that man could be.
Did you ever hear Helen Mirren tell the story about how he showed up drunk? She was in some
Helen Mirren?
yeah. So she was in some like
Man, spheres collide.
she was in some like really big play that was about like the counterculture movement, and she had the head roll.
Hairspray.
Yeah, hairspray. Mamma Mia.
Shrek the musical.
Yeah. Damn Yankees.
yeah.
Yeah, no, she was in this play, and she's
Spam a lot.
in her dressing room, and she's getting ready, and she hears this big bang, bang, like clutter crash from outside the window, and she looks outside, and there's this guy who's just in a trash can in a full suit with a top hat. And she's like, just some drunk guy in London, you know, it's just normal. And then she just hears the banging get louder and louder and closer to the front door of her dressing room. And then she hears a knock. Ellen! And she opens the door, and it's Keith Moon.
Unbelievable.
It's in the suit covered in garbage. And he's like, hello, darling. I heard you're fantastic in this play. And she's like, oh, Keith, thank you so much. It's so great to meet you. And she's like, oh my God, like, holy shit, it's Keith Moon. And she's like, I'm really sorry, Keith, but I got to go out now. They're calling. I got to go out on stage. And he's like, oh, I'll come with you. like he was, because there's a band on stage playing for the show. You know what I mean? And he's like, oh, I'll come with you. I'll play with the band, and we'll, you know, which would have been fucking awesome. But she was like, she's like young.
How do you politely tell Keith Moon,
Right.
I'm sorry, you can't come on stage with me right now?
She said, she's like, no, you got it. She's like, oh, well, you know, watch backstage, and well, I'll talk to you later after, you know. And she said that's like the biggest regret she has in her life, that she wasn't like, hell yeah, come on. Let's, you know.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Dude was nuts. He just...
Well, let me make sure my laptop's plugged in.
Oh, that's probably
I just
good.
realized I don't know. Hold on.
I think my favorite quote in human history is Keith Moon's. And it just says, I'm Keith fucking Moon.
Yeah. The horse tranquilizer story or whatever it was.
What are you doing? You're supposed to take half of one. He just eats the two. I'm Keith fucking Moon.
They can't argue with that.
All right, where are we?
Yeah, we're back. We are back doing this show.
We are.
I know you said you're not feeling particularly fucked.
I'm not.
You feeling fucked?
Everything's
good.
This is the entire first part of the show.
Whatever. Let's just do something else.
This tends to occupy like 30 minutes of
Amendment
the show.
number 7. There is no rules.
Oh, good point. Rule number 7, no rules, baby.
That's right.
Cool guys.
We run the show. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
The rule number 8, C, number 7, baby. Whoa.
Don't talk about Fight Club.
The legacy of the McDouble will not be spoken ill of.
Oh, I keep thinking about it. I'm always
You know,
thinking
it's
about it.
$2 goddamn dollars now.
It's yes.
It's
I think it's
ridiculous.
over 2. And I think it's like a buy. I think it's like a buy 2 get it for $3.50. So
It's like Biden
one of them
wants us
is
all
like
to live in poverty.
one of them is like $2.50. And then another one
Is $1.
is $1. But you have to buy a McDouble for $2.50 to get a McDouble for $1?
Ridiculous.
What is this, China?
Yeah, I know. It's fucking ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
Like, I know you're like half joking about this, but
I'm not joking.
this is ridiculous. What kind of fucking world do we live in?
Inflation.
As if it's bad enough that we have to pay $5 goddamn for a gallon of gas.
Dude, it's going to get worse, too.
I know it's going to get worse.
Someone told me it could get to $7, and I'm like, no, absolutely
can't.
not.
This
and
is
then
the
I
same-
went, oh, wait.
You know, this is the same shit they were saying about Carter, like during the gas shortage in the 70s.
Right.
It's like, oh, there's no way it's going to get to $3 a gallon.
How you liking that truck, buddy?
Ooh, yeah, $100. Didn't fill it up the other day. Yeah,
Christ.
awesome.
I think my tank is like 12 or 13 gallons, maybe.
Thank you, Democrats.
You know, so I was reading people talking about this. No, it was particularly what Joe Biden had to say about it. And the thing is, I think it's true, but I don't like it. And what he had to say was something like, this is a painful transition period, but a necessary one. And you think about it like, there might be something to that. We are on the verge of moving from like every vehicle is a gas-powered vehicle to like a quarter of vehicles are electric vehicles.
Remember how hard they pushed electric vehicles in like every car commercial during the Super Bowl?
Yeah, right. Exactly. And I said
it's
then,
happening.
I said then, I think there would be more of them than gas-powered cars in 10 years. And I think shit
You
this
might be right.
is going to be the reason that it happens.
I don't think they're ready yet.
They're not, but that isn't going to
not
stop
ready
it.
yet.
That isn't going to stop it from happening. People are going to look at this and go, oh, fuck me. Okay, fine. I'll drive a fucking Chevy Volt, which I actually think are cool, but they're like not exciting.
They're not cool. They're so not cool.
They're not, whatever. They're not, you don't, it's not
not cool.
nearly as cool as a car that's actually cool.
Yeah, right.
But in a relative way, they're cool. No. They're like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. What's another thing you can think of that's like, oh, it's cool to me, but it's objectively lame.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Fascism.
Yeah, all right.
Yodeling takes a lot of talent, lame as hell.
Perfect example. Thank you, Ben.
It's there's no real downside to yodeling, I guess. There's
No one gets hurt.
no one gets hurt with yodeling. It's certainly an art form that takes skill. But it's lame as hell.
Yeah.
But I don't want to drive around in lederhosen.
Okay, that's the completion of the analogy. That is exactly it for me. I mean,
There's no law saying you have to yodel in lederhosen. We just got to wait for someone to design a yodeling car that doesn't look lame.
oh my goodness. Yeah, so it's like that. I mean, it makes sense that this is maybe like a weird transition period where like
The thing is, I think they're going to push it back. I think that whoever the next president is going to sign a 5 or 6 year delay on what's it up to now. By 2030, all cars have to be
Oh, you mean
All
like
produced,
those? Yeah.
All manufacturers. 2026. What was it?
Well,
All production companies in the U.S. have to start on electric vehicles.
it depends. It depends who's president next.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah,
It's going to be a Republican.
I don't know.
It feels like
it's
it.
going to be a
I don't
Republican.
know I don't know, man.
The thing is, like, if it's okay, so
The Democrats are going to get fucking slaughtered in the midterm.
they probably are. Unless they can figure out how to message where we are right now, they're probably fucked.
How about stop
I was just thinking about that the other
moving
day.
away from the base?
They've never been able to. They've never been able to message. They've never been able to get people excited about voting.
How about get the establishment out of there and put a younger establishment in?
Right. Well, I read this article from the Times the other night that was like, why are all of our leaders so old? Why is it that the head of the
Because they've been
Congress-
around long enough to know how to play the game. That's all it is.
You have a very old president, you have very old Senate and House leadership, basically, right? Like basically everyone with any kind of power is old. And then the same article was like, imagine what this means for our government, where all of those people were like flower children who like grew up with idealism, and then that idealism was crushed violently, and then they become like boring pragmatists.
Almost like what's happening to our generation.
Yeah. But like now they're, what does that mean for the state of our, future if everyone who seems to wield any real power has lost any spark of like idealism?
What future? It's the same shit is going to happen. They're going to be saying the same shit about us that we say about baby boomers.
No, it's true, but it's just you really want to catch a president in that 40 to 60
Your
time
Kennedys,
period
your Clintons.
when they believe something can still happen
right.
and try.
The first half of the Obama presidency.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
We're governed by people who reasonably don't think you could do anything good.
Teddy Roosevelt was young and awesome.
Yeah.
Like just incredibly awesome.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Teddy Roosevelt, who got shot during his commencement speech, right?
No. He was on a tour. He was speaking on tour. He had a Bible. No,
Yeah.
was it a Bible?
No, it was a written
his
copy
speech
of
itself.
his speech.
Yeah.
Folded up.
Yeah.
It was that thick.
Bullet stopped by his speech and went, yeah, you know what?
And then he
Because again, that speech was 90 minutes long. If
he
you'll
survived, and then he started mocking the assassination attempt, which is hilarious.
That's so good.
How come we don't have? There's no real men left.
Nope.
There are no real men left.
recall. Oh,
really
come
aren't.
on.
No, they're gone.
I'll tell you what, I'm just saying, if someone shoots Beto O'Rourke, he's going to hide in his basement for 3 weeks.
Right.
Okay, but that's like a normal person's reaction.
Yeah,
Yes.
but this is the office of the president.
We don't want normal
We don't
people.
want normal people.
We want kick-ass,
We want
fucking badasses.
We want Duke Nukem.
As much as I like, for example, Elizabeth Warren, I don't think she's ever going to,
Yeah, I don't see her riding a moose.
perfect example. I don't know. Maybe we're not that fucked.
No, I mean the thing is, we can go on long tangents about everything that we already know is wrong.
I'm slowly digging myself out of personally being fucked, and it's
Yeah.
getting there.
Well, that's good.
It's a work in progress, but
Oh no, my air purifier. I wonder why it's going off. Could it be that I'm smoking a cigarette 20 feet away from it?
my
Nah.
no, but like the wedding's all wrapped up and everything. Like everything's squared away finally.
Let's talk about that. We're like 2 weeks away from your wedding.
Not 11 days.
Holy shit.
Yeah, cause,
You're getting married on a Monday, right?
Saturday.
Tuesday.
Yeah, what day is it? I can't remember.
Oh, wow. Excuse me.
Boy, we are in fine form tonight. You didn't even mention it's your fucking birthday.
Yeah, I say happy birthday.
Oh,
dude.
you know we haven't.
No,
Thank
happy
you.
birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I always feel like
This is the first official birthday dude cast.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah,
I
because
don't think we've ever had it
we
before.
had one that was like the day before my birthday, I think, one year. But yeah,
That sounds right. I always feel like we're a year apart. Is that true? You 34 or 35 now?
I'm 34.
We're a year apart.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so young.
Yeah, you're a little baby.
Little baby.
This year is your Rolling Rock year, isn't it?
Yeah, from the glass line tanks of old
Old retard. we tender this premium fizzy as a tribute to how fine it is.
Yeah. Fine. I don't know. Whatever.
69.
69.
Nice.
In
Oh,
quotes.
speaking of 69, did you guys see the trailer for the new Beavis and Butthead movie?
No,
I
I
did.
I didn't
I'm
see the
so
trailer
excited.
yet.
Oh, dude.
Is it? Does it look good?
Yeah, here.
Oh,
you
it looks hilarious.
You want to dead air this?
I'm gonna watch it on the podcast.
Yeah, why not?
Yes.
It's not long. It's like 2 minutes.
Fuck it, let's
they
do
can
it.
Fucking, they can deal with it.
Yeah. Right.
I'm so excited. And all the episodes are on Paramount Plus, and they have the music videos.
I saw that. So that's pretty incredible. Alan Wake couldn't even stay on Steam because of licensing issues,
Right.
and they managed to get all the original music videos. That's pretty fucking sick.
Here, I'm gonna turn this
I'm gonna put
towards
my
you
mic. I'm gonna put my mic at this.
so you can actually see.
Wait, the music videos for what now?
In the episodes of Beavis and Butthead.
When they would watch the music videos.
Yeah.
It's called Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. Here, I'm gonna actually put that down so Ben can see.
Yeah.
I'm so stoked.
Earth will get smarter.
The Earth sucks. I think the floor's not working.
Boy, this is great podcast material.
Awesome.
Look at that number up there on the billboard. There's a 2 and then some kind of circle. No, that's not that number. That one.
69.
This show sucks. Like just these fat people standing there. Who are you, fart knockers? Amusing, yes. Humorous, yes. Satirical comment on the time. Yes,
This looks great.
Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, a new movie streaming June 23rd, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Hell yeah.
That changes everything.
Oh my god,
So excited.
that looks so good.
Who doesn't love Beavis and Beavis and Butthead brought 2 generations together.
It's fucking incredible.
Beavis and Butthead might be like the one thing that we have in common with Gen X.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Sweet.
I didn't get a chance to tell you guys this. The one thing I really loved about going to that 80s festival in Columbiana, because it was like an 80s cover band, right?
Yeah.
But the one thing I really got excited about is a dude came out in an astronaut costume waving an MTV flag.
Oh, nice.
And I was so excited. I'm like, I know what that is.
I know that. I want my
MTV. Yeah. Actually, I was a little bit disappointed they didn't open with that. That would have been sweet.
That song fucking rocks.
Yeah, it does. It was inspired by the ravings of just some angry
Yeah,
salesman,
right. It was. Yeah, he was getting his TV fixed. I think he like it was like his microwave or something. He took it to an appliance repair shop.
just watching people on TV angrily being
Yeah.
like, "This little faggot's a millionaire."
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's just some dude at his repair shop just watching MTV. But he was still watching it, I'd like to point out.
Right, yeah.
He's making fun of those people. You know, everybody watched MTV.
Yeah, right.
MTV was dope.
Christy told me that her mom, for her dad's birthday when they were still married, she got him the MTV package on cable for his birthday.
Oh, awesome.
Which is that, talk about bringing generations together.
Yeah.
Everybody
had MTV.
It was sweet.
It was sweet.
Yeah. A thing that will never quite be repeated like that ever again.
No, it was dope.
Hey, it's been some minutes.
Okay.
You guys want to take a break?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, we're not feeling fucked, so there's really kind of yeah. I got a would you rather for you guys.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'd love to see your wood.
I'd love to present you my wood.
Present them.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be back in a minute. With Would you rather?
Drinking.
Smoking.
I'm Ham.
I'm Slam.
I'm Drog.
Do you like what you're listening to right now?
Do you not know yet?
I encourage you.
To subscribe
Yeah.
to the Three Dude Podcast.
It's right here on the internet. It lives here.
You can find us on Google Podcasts,
iTunes, Stitcher.
Grindr.
Zillow.
Thanks for listening to the Dudecast. We are your dudes.
You pieces of shit.
Oh my God, are you good? I must have drank me about 15 Dr. Pebbles.
Almost drank me about 15 Dr. Pepper.
Hey,
It was so hot I had to swallow an old 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew.
Hey, bitches, do you want to play Would You Rather?
Lieutenant Dan, you got a new penis.
Lieutenant bitch.
He got him a brand new penis.
And you know about Lieutenant Dan? He got himself a new penis.
Lieutenant Dan ice cream.
Ice cream.
Nice new penis. Now you want ice cream. What is happening? You remember that scene?
Yeah. Lieutenant Dan, I got
Ice
you some
cream.
ice cream.
They're like both in the hospital.
Yeah, they're in the field
He's
hospital.
got two
in
ice
Vietnam.
cream cones.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Dan, ice cream. For your penis.
I thought you could put it on your penis, Lieutenant Dan.
You remember when Lieutenant Dan lost his penis?
Yeah, he got it blown off in Vietnam.
Right.
There's that scene where Lieutenant Dan gets his penis blown clean off by the Viet Cong.
There's like a long history of his family getting
Right.
their penises blown
Right,
off.
like his dad and his dad's
It's
dad.
a Luke Skywalker thing.
Yeah,
except,
World
except
War
instead of
II.
your right hand, it's your penis.
Right.
World
exactly.
War One.
Actually, that's why he was so mad.
Or it's like it's like Solid Snake.
they usually keep the penis and they put it in a case at home, but he couldn't
lost
find
it.
his
Yeah.
penis because it was so shredded beyond recognition.
Yeah. Well, the Viet Cong were animals.
Right. Lieutenant Dan ice cream for your
Lieutenant
penis.
Dan, you got a new penis.
He got himself a brand new penis.
And you know, but I think he made his peace with that penis.
What'd you say about my friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he's not so smart, but I got no penis.
In fact, why did I even hire a hooker? It seems like
Get off me!
seems like a waste of money.
You know, I just watched that movie again like last week.
Did you?
No idea why I decided to watch Forrest fucking Gump.
I thought you were gonna say no, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
I don't know why I lied just then.
Honestly, I watched it again and I'm like, okay, this is still kind of an entertaining movie, but
It's
boy,
not a great.
it has not aged all that well.
It's not. It's okay. It was just okay when it came out. It's
yeah.
It's just okay.
But you know what? You get that soaring score and the floating
Yeah.
feather, and people just forget to judge a
yeah.
movie.
Yeah. Well, and plus you have Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks could make Song of the South good.
He basically did.
Yeah.
They just rebranded and called it Captain Phillips.
It's so weird, that movie, watching it now, is just like the beats are so super obvious.
Yeah.
It's like a big, broad, dumb movie.
Yeah.
But it's got,
like
you know,
a bog standard blockbuster action.
yeah, exactly. It's exactly as dumb as those movies, but it's sentimental.
Beneath Tom Hanks a bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. Yeah.
But, you know, you do get that scene where Lieutenant Dan puts an ice cream cone on his shredded penis.
Lieutenant Dan.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
I got ice cream, Lieutenant Dan.
I must have drank maybe about 15 bottles of urine.
Why urine?
I don't know. Whatever.
Run, Forrest.
Well,
Oh my god. Really, like everything about that movie became such like a cultural meme that watching it is actually a little bit hard.
it's painful. It's like
Yeah.
Titanic. It's just.
yeah.
Or Top Gun, honestly.
I'm not. It's not a bad movie. It's just It's not. It's not Citizen Kane. It's know.
It's Oscar bait. Before we had a name for Oscar bait, it
It's
was
Oscar. It's Oscar bait, but it's like most Oscar bait is not good enough to win an Oscar, just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know this is a tired thing to talk about.
Like Schindler's List was Oscar bait, but it's also an incredible movie.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
yeah, there's certain things in that movie that I'm just like, even now, like, and I know it's a little bit tired to talk about it, but it's like Jenny's a piece of shit. She's a shitty, shitty friend. And we're supposed to, I don't know, like the emotions it wants you to have. I don't know.
I don't feel good about it. Yeah.
I got yelled at once for Oscar baiting into a sock.
In their defense, I wasn't a movie theater.
I was actually at the Academy Awards. Oscar baiting right there in the 5th row.
You get Oscar bait here?
What the hell?
I thought this was America.
There's one place you can Oscar bait. It's at the Oscars, goddammit. Into a sock. Oscar baiting. All right. Let's move on, boys. Would you want to play Would You Rather?
The Whack Academy Awards.
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Your options are, this is 2 options. Would you rather? Option number 1, you completely lose the concept of symmetry. You can't cut a sandwich in half. You can't cut an onion in half. You can't park between the lines in a parking space. Every proportional half or center is completely dumbfounding to you. Or you trade penises with your dad. You have his penis. He has your penis.
I like that you had to swipe up for the
You can't ever trade back. It's your dad's penis for the rest of your life for all penis-related functions and activities. And you know it's the same for him, too.
dad's penis. Like right off the top of my head.
That's your gut instinct.
It's my gut instinct.
Then we trade penises with your dad.
I'm a guy who absolutely despises minor inconveniences. Like stubbing my toe on the side of the dresser or leaving my keys in the apartment.
Totally get all that.
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
I feel like my autism brain couldn't handle not being able to park in a parking space.
That's why I picked that one. Number one was designed to break your autism.
Yeah.
Now, here's a question. If
Dad's penis, I've seen Dad's penis.
Well, sure, you've seen your dad's penis, but have you worn your dad's penis?
No.
Even if I can't comprehend symmetry, can I tell the difference between it and asymmetry? Like, can I tell something is asymmetrical?
Yes.
Okay.
So basically,
then
like,
I get into movies.
You go to cut. Wait, what?
I get into the movie industry. I become the world's greatest director.
Wait, hold on. How did you get there? What did I miss?
because you don't want symmetry in your movies. You want asymmetry. You want the golden ratio. You want all this.
Sure.
All this
Okay.
stuff. If I can't understand symmetry, I'd automatically shoot like the best shots of all time.
Okay, but when you go to lunch, you cut your sandwich into 1/3 and 2/3.
Who cuts their sandwiches?
Do you not cut your
You don't
sandwich?
cut your sandwiches?
Not all the time. No.
Okay, well, okay. Let's take another example. Take another example. You
Okay, so I can't drive anywhere, obviously, because roads are symmetrical.
Yeah.
Yeah, you swerve everywhere.
Okay.
You don't get in accidents, but you're all over the place.
Right.
You like never quite get it right. People honk at you. You're confused.
Yeah.
Other option, dad's penis.
I gotta go Dad's penis.
Now, you're really quick to say. You were very quick to say dad's penis.
Yeah. Well, Dad's in his 70s, and I know he's still using it. So
Yeah, but it's a 70-year-old penis, man.
I don't care.
You got to take it as it is.
That's fine.
It gets
Harry Potter
as-
and the
as-
70-year-old penis.
It gets as erect or as not erect as a 70-year-old penis would.
They make drugs for that.
Sure. But you gotta think when you're sticking it to your wife, it's your dad's penis. You gotta really get your head around this, Chris.
Am I feeling all the pleasure from it?
That's a good question.
Nope.
No.
Great question. Your dad feels it, and
Which means you would feel it when he's fucking.
or jerking off,
Or yeah.
That makes it harder.
or passing a stone.
But then you wouldn't do those things.
No, he wouldn't.
You wouldn't do those things regularly.
Well, you'd feel weird about it, but you're.
All right,
You kind of have to call him like once a week and be like, "Listen, I'm really sorry, but could you
come
fuck your
over?"
wife?
Yeah,
'Cause,
right.
like, can you come over?
Well, yeah, I want to watch.
Man, did you find a wrinkle in this? So you're gonna call your dad and come over and shtup your wife, because it's still it's his penis, but it's it's still your wife.
Fuck you. This is hard.
This was designed to be hard, but you made it harder.
I did make it harder.
Who wrote this one? Sigmund Freud?
No, this is all me, baby.
Shit. Why did I have to ask that question? I was so sure of myself.
No, yeah. Well, it's important. In the tradition of my favorite Would You Rathers that come from Comedy Bang Bang, you should ask some questions.
I'm going to reverse my position.
You know what? Here's the thing. People can live perfectly happy and fulfilling lives while being totally blind. I can live without a concept of symmetry.
Okay, that's a good point.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm reversing my position. Going with symmetry. I don't think I could live without being able to bust one whenever I want.
Well, you can. You just have to call your father.
No.
Just, Dad, would you mind?
Not that I think the conversation would be awkward, because I think over time it was like, I know my dad.
Have we all seen our dad's penises?
I mean, I have. It's, you know.
I've seen my dad. I mean, I was a kid, you know.
Yeah.
Just like peeing with the door open, but I've seen it.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
You don't remember if you've ever seen your dad's penis?
I honestly don't remember.
That means you've seen your dad's penis.
Sigmund
I might have repressed it. That's entirely possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely,
Yeah.
you know, it's part of being a kid in the 90s, I think.
Yeah, right. I think so, too. I mean, just dads walking around in their tidy whities and all that business. Yep. That was just how it was.
That's right.
No one had air conditioning, and all dads were in their underwear.
Yep. I remember when we got central air installed.
Yeah.
Oh, and if it
was
wasn't
next
if it
level.
wasn't underwear, it was those 80s male booty shorts.
Yeah. Dad had tidy whities.
You mean like the shorts that were a little too short, like short shorts?
Yeah,
or?
like athletic shorts, but they're like
Right.
in like the 80s
Oh, yeah.
and the early 90s
like the
too.
bicycle shorts.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what you're talking about. Kind of
Yeah,
had like a little curve up on the side of the leg almost.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. You don't remember his penis?
Completely what?
So anyway, I'm picking asymmetry.
Yeah, asymmetry.
Really? Yeah.
I reversed my position.
Yeah, you know, me too. I don't want my dad's penis. I'm sure it's fine, but I like having my own penis and it having its own, you know, attachment to the rest of my body.
Yeah, right. Well, you lost me with the sense of pleasure thing.
Yeah. I didn't even plan for that. That was all you.
Yeah.
But yeah, me too. I'm going with the
68.8 bust.
All right, well, that's Would You Rather, and we've all firmly decided not to trade penises with our fathers. That's great. So why don't we move on? Main topic. I had a couple of topics, but I don't want to do the first one.
It's okay. We'll veto it if it's shitty.
Well, the first one was shitty.
What was it?
I was going to say, we've never talked about death on this podcast.
That doesn't sound shitty.
It's interesting, but it's sad.
The thing is, somebody we know has to die. It's like before we cover that topic, one of us has to be in a fragile state of mind.
Yeah, that's true.
To tackle that topic,
Right.
Because I thought about it too.
I think it's going to be you.
Yeah, it's going to be me. It's going to be someone that's dear to me. That's going to go first, and then we're going to talk about.
Yeah. I think we'll
We're gonna get
probably,
into it.
one day we'll have a really serious dude cast about death, because we'll just have to get something off our chests, basically.
But I took half an edible before I came here, so
Right.
That night is not tonight.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's why it's a shitty topic for tonight.
Not tonight.
The other idea I had, which I think is a good one, maybe a fun one, we've kind of talked about the general public before many times. General public. But I don't know if we've ever talked about the craziest shit you've ever overheard or seen in public from complete strangers. Ooh. Overheard conversations, on a bench in a grocery store, on a, I know we talked about the well-to-do Southern big boy on the plane.
Yep.
We've talked about stuff like that, but
That was human moments.
Yeah,
you want
right.
to hear about the crazy shit.
I want to
the
hear
opposite of human moments.
I want to hear shit that is either incomprehensible to you that you overheard and you're like, what the fuck was that? Or someone you've seen just freaking out at nothing.
It's important to bring this up when we talk about this, that we're all big fans of Mark M. and Sick Animation.
Yeah, right.
And I firmly believe that
All of his dialogue
is just shit he's overheard in L.A.
That would make total sense.
Hey, you, Sean Jarrett.
Hey, Sean Jarrett. Sean Jarrett. Yeah, she's going with Dr. Richard.
Hey, why he's mad, though?
Why he's mad.
Yeah. Shit like that.
Yeah, that's I think that's all his work. So.
A lot of that stuff out of context is just so funny that you have to think that, like, did he write that or did he just hear a weird thing?
Okay, so I got one for you. I have several actually from the post office.
Oh,
so
I bet. Holy shit.
I'll start with this one, right?
You're showing up on people's freaking stoops. Like,
Yeah. I'll start with this. I was carrying on a route that I was only sort of familiar with, but it was an easier one, and it was in the like. There's no part of Akron that's good.
No, there really isn't.
But it was in a very like. It was in carrying in the neighborhoods where the middle class used to live back when Akron was like good.
Right.
So it's not like the big mansions and it's not the fucking ghettos.
No, it's like really, it's those neighborhoods, like where I met you that day when I brought you that sandwich, they're just residential neighborhoods, not that different looking from like my neighborhood.
Right. And this one was a little bit more secluded back in the like industrial area.
Yeah.
But it was the old brick houses, like not great, but they really would have been something 75 years ago.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. So I was doing this route and I came up on this street and there's a lady who's standing at the end of her driveway on the phone.
Yeah.
And her driveway, because Akron's very hilly, there was a big retention wall that held up the dirt from the opposite.
I'm going to turn off that thing. Keep
Go ahead. There was a retention wall that held up the dirt from the neighbor's yard on the opposite end. And like the driveway was like going uphill, right? So like the garage is at the top of the hill and then you back out down the hill to go down the street. So this lady had backed her car up with her 3 young children in it.
Oh my God.
With the right side of the vehicle.
Oh, this sounds familiar.
On the retention wall.
She's just like
She
up
just
a wall.
backed. So, but the thing is, like, the vehicle got like way far. She got like way farther back than a normal person would have when they realized what was happening.
Sort of when you see the objects in your immediate rear view go at about 45 degrees, you'd probably start to slow down.
So, like, the top of the hill's here. She got to like here, and the car's like this. It's at like a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
With 2 of the right tires on the wall.
Am I correct in assuming that if she keeps going, one of those wheels just has nothing to ride on? The wall ends.
The wall ends, yeah. It borders down like 2 feet and then starts another part of wall.
Gotcha.
So I think actually she had the front right tire still on the wall, but the back was just hanging. And it was to the point where like there's no way to fix this now. Like the problem is like if you go forward, you're gonna wobble off the wall and flip the car over. If you go backwards, you're gonna crash down from the retention wall and flip the car over.
Classic catch-22.
There's no way to fix this. There's literally no way to fix this problem. It is like
you need a crane now.
It is right. It is an unfixable situation that no one can unfuck. The Army Corps of Engineers cannot save this car from getting damaged no matter what they do.
Yeah.
So like she's on I see her, she's at the phone on the end of the driveway, and I can sort of see the car from there, and I get down to the end of the street and double back, and by that point there's a tow truck driver there with a normal tow truck and he's now on the phone with who I can only assume is his boss.
Yeah.
And he's going, yeah, I got a lady here. And he's like trying to explain the situation on the phone.
Do you think he led with, I got a lady here on purpose?
Yeah.
You think it was a little, this woman
But he was
driving.
like, he was so nice to her. He was way nicer than I would have been about it.
Yeah.
Like I would have made fun of her, like immediately.
Like he's being polite, but he's also kind of like to his dispatcher, like, I got a woman driving her car here.
And he did a really good job. I was listening to his phone conversation. He kind of explained the geometry of the situation.
Yeah.
And he did a really good the average intelligence blue collar explanation of something. You know when someone breaks down a complicated thing that's hard to
visualize.
Yeah.
Right. He did a really good job of dumbing it down to make it like I listened to him and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. And he was like, and then he hung up he explained it to his supervisor and he's like, you're gonna need like, he turned to the lady after he was done and he's like, you're gonna need like, he was trying to explain what kind of tow truck, or what she would need to do that,
to unfuck this situation.
Right. He's like, you're gonna need something that's slim enough to fit perpendicular on the road that can winch you back, and we're gonna have to like hold the thing and keep, like we're gonna have a bunch of people here to keep it from crashing off of the thing and fucking up your undercarriage.
Yeah.
He was like, this is like, it was a mess. There was no way that she was going to get, and she was on the phone with her husband or her boyfriend or someone, and she's trying to explain it after he, and you know what I mean? And like, but she's doing like a way worse job of it than he was. So it's just like I'm trying to picture being this lady's husband or boyfriend or whatever.
Right. Like explain to me exactly how you backed up a car in such a way that you could not drive it forward again.
I don't know what I would say if somebody I'm sorry, you did what?
Yeah.
Like how do you explain that? But it was like it was just I wish I would have taken a picture of it. If I had the foresight to snap a picture of this thing.
Yeah.
Cuz even telling the story doesn't do it justice. It was like it looked hilarious. it looked really funny because it's just she had fucked this
in a spectacular way.
Spectacularly in such a way that the car was fine where it was, but if you tried in any way to correct this, it was like a ship in a bottle. If you tried in any way to move or correct this situation, it was gonna fall the fuck apart.
Wedged into the most impossible situation.
It's a very delicate thing that she had gotten herself into, and I don't think there's a way to do it. I don't know what the end of that situation was.
Right. I imagine you didn't stay long enough to see the entirety of this.
I was on I wish it was like the last street because I'd fucking camp out at the end of the street to see how they got it. But like, it was awesome. I mean, it was like
pretty awesome.
It was legitimately awesome. I mean, like I've had some like total catastrophic failures in my life, but I've never fucked something up artfully like that. That is like an artful piece of fuck upper.
Yeah.
And it was really funny to see the car on the side of the wheel and 3.5 feet off the ground on the other side.
How did they get out of this vehicle?
I don't know. But she was out of it. She had kids. She had like 3 young kids.
They must have climbed up the high side of the car and out the door.
It's the only way I can think
of. Gravity.
That's the only way I can think of that they could have done that.
That's remarkable.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It was insanely funny.
Hey, I got one for you. This is something I think Christy and I might have even talked about this before. Maybe, I can't remember if she was on this, telling the story on this podcast or not. But the one time we went to dinner at, I want to say it's Bombay Star. I don't think it's Bombay Star anymore. It's the only Indian place I can think of in Boardman. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when we went to have dinner, we're listening to these. Of course, because we're weirdos, we're overhearing a conversation.
I
behind
love
us.
doing that.
Right.
I just love doing that.
So I can't remember every part of this conversation, but what I do remember is it's like 2 Indian guys sitting at a table having an ordinary conversation, but it seems like neither of them really know each other very well, right? And they're trying to find things to talk about, and it feels a little painful. Like one of them is pulling teeth almost.
Yeah.
And just kind of like coming back to the same topic. And the thing that he kept talking about was Sister Act 2. How weird is that?
The Whoopi Goldberg movie.
Yes, the Whoopi Goldberg movie.
Sequel.
The sequel. Not the first Sister Act, but very specifically Sister Act 2. So we were trying to figure. The thing is, we didn't talk about this at all during dinner. Christy and I just kind of kept looking at each other and not saying anything about it because they're like literally at the table behind us.
Yeah. If it's different, if they're like
if they're across the restaurant, we can go like, "Hey, what the fuck is with this? Sister Act 2? Really?"
Yeah. Or if it's a busy restaurant and it's loud, you can kind of pass it off.
Exactly. There's some cover sound.
Yeah.
But it's like we're the only 4 people in the dining room.
Yeah.
And this guy is talking about Sister Act 2, and then it comes to be the other guy's turn to talk, and he's like got nothing. He's just like not good at talking for some reason. And then the other guy will go, "Yeah, it's kind of like how in Sister Act 2," and then steer it back into being about Sister Act 2 again, which is such a narrow focus. It boggles my mind. So we finish dinner and we get out to the car, and is the minute the doors close, oh my God, what the fuck was that conversation? What the fuck were they talking about? And we surmised that it might have been a date, but like a really lame one, like a really bad one. And maybe just like Sister Act 2, I don't know. Maybe maybe it is like a gay thing that I don't know about.
Maybe.
Maybe. But like, why would you focus so hard on Sister Act 2?
Maybe the one trying to talk about Sister Act 2, maybe he was autistic.
Maybe.
Sure. I remember going to middle school with. Actually, he was also Indian. He was a kid who was obsessed with Jim Carrey movies.
Okay.
Well, I mean, what little kid was?
Sure.
Right, but
Weren't we all?
He would speak almost entirely in quotes from like Ace Ventura and The Mask.
That sounds hilarious.
He was great.
That sounds fucking awesome.
I never saw him without a smile on his face. He was just enjoying
I want to
life.
be his friend now.
Yeah,
That sounds awesome.
I want to be hanging out with a guy.
Somebody
I was
stop
just
me.
gonna say, I want to be
Yeah.
eating a hot dog on a bench with a guy who's going, somebody stop me. Like, all right, dude, you're cool.
Yeah.
All these other fucking losers in the world suck. You are the best.
But like that
feel that?
but that brings me to my point is like what if he was autistic and what if the other guy was like working with him?
Yeah, it could be.
And
Or they could just be friends,
was
but-
just like not
And just one of them is obsessed with Sister Act 2.
There's only so many times you can respond to that.
Right. I remember like the glee of when we shut the doors and just being like, holy fucking shit, what was that? Yeah. And like, I swear the whole drive home was just like, what in the world did we just overhear? Because it's like, it almost felt like they didn't want to be there. Or like one of them didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
And the other one was really into Sister Act 2.
What an oddly specific. It wasn't even like.
Yeah, wasn't like the Sister Act franchise.
Right.
It wasn't like I really love Whoopi Goldberg.
Right. There's like I like Ghost. Ghost I would be like.
Sister Act 2 might be a musical. Is it a musical? Do you know?
Well, yeah, they were both.
Were they both musicals?
They were both musicals.
Okay, maybe that's why we figured it. Maybe it was a date thing. We just thought maybe it was a musical thing. And maybe there's I don't know. Maybe
There's lots of singing in the Sister Act movies.
Yeah.
What was the other one? She was Jumpin' Jack Flash. Did you ever see Jumpin' Jack Flash?
No.
It was a cool movie.
yeah.
Well, shit, now we're doing it.
Yeah, sorry. she's like a
Contagious.
computer tech, and she gets a message on her computer from a British spy who needs help. He's stuck in something or other. I don't know. It's an
Nigerian
80s plot.
prince.
It's an 80s plot, but it's
Yeah.
fun, you know.
Yeah.
But Sister Act 2 is
Specifically.
really weird.
I could totally see if the conversation went tangentially on to other musicals or Whoopi Goldberg movies or the first Sister Act even.
Yeah.
But it was like so weird. To be
Nobody
like,
watched Sister Act 2.
No, that's what I mean. Is
Yeah.
like I haven't even thought about Sister Act in so long.
Yeah.
But that conversation was like laser focused.
It was actually called Sister Act 2 Back in the Habit.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Back in the Habit. Yeah.
Back in the habit.
Oh God, what are some other like Sister Act 2 equivalent movies for actors? Robin Williams had Bicentennial Man.
Oh shit!
You remember that where he was a robot?
I watched that movie. I saw that movie in the theater.
Yeah.
He, like, what was the idea? He was like a robot in the future, far enough into the future where it's like androids are normal or something.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, it's like a Pinocchio becoming a real boy type thing.
oh yeah. There's lots of those Whoopi Goldberg movies, by the way. What's the other one with? Is it Tammy and the T-Rex?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say there's one where she's with like a dog or a dinosaur or some shit.
Red Letter Media did like that was one of their movies where it's just like her and a big dinosaur, and they're
Yeah.
both cops.
And I think they even theorized that it was like part of a legal settlement for breach of contract on her part for like a different movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like she had to make another movie.
Yeah.
And it's
you
like,
go.
all right, I'll make this dumb fucking movie where I'm a buddy cop with a dinosaur.
Legendary character actor John Hurt of theater fame and tons of great character.
I think he was in the movie adaptation of 1984,
He was,
possibly.
yeah. Lots of great villains over the years. He was in the 2000 B budget horror movie Anaconda. This Golden Globe winning, Oscar nominated. He was. Did he win for The Elephant Man?
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember if he won for the Elephant Man or not.
No.
But he played the fucking Elephant Man. That's talk about Oscar bait.
Yeah.
That's one of those Oscar bait movies that's fucking awesome.
You know, that's Carl Pilkington's favorite. I mean, I don't like to use the word freak, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just people with, the
Yeah.
Elephant Man is Carl Pilkington's biggest obsession.
Oh, he's fascinating. John Merrick. He's a fascinating guy.
Carl Pilkington never isn't thinking about the Elephant Man.
Who never did any harm to anybody and was just bastardized.
Yeah.
Right. Horror bastardized.
John Hurt, Anaconda. What
Yeah.
a weird.
There's so many of those. I mean, like, I love these, like, shitty movies you don't ever think about, like, the minute after they come out. Morbius is destined to be one.
Oh yeah. They
It's morbid time,
they
boys.
did what? They released it a second time or some shit, or it was like their Did they?
They did. They re-released Morbius.
And then they only
2
made
weeks later.
They only made like something like $8 million or some shit.
Someone's idea was like, oh no, it's still good. We just like got the week wrong. Let's try it again. And it fucking
They
sucks
need to stop.
again.
We're done. Can we be done with
Yeah.
Marvel movies, please?
I would love
I'm
it if
done.
the studios take this as a cue to be like, okay, let's throw like a
It's
small
time.
budget and a billion movies.
The 10-year summer of superheroes is over. Please stop.
I don't know what they're meant to do after Endgame. I don't know how you continue after that.
No, not really. I mean,
Like they're doing the whole multiverse thing now, but like even that's sort of when you start to jump the shark is when you get into like alternate. Even in comics, that was the case.
Yeah.
That was when the Comics Code Authority was restricted everything. Anytime a superhero died out, it was a what if story. It was in a different universe, or it's getting to that point. We've had the golden age of superhero movies, and now we're going silver, bronze.
Right.
We're probably late silver, headed into bronze.
we're kind of going back to where
Lead is
superhero
next.
movies. Wait, what is it?
Lead is next.
Lead?
Yeah.
What is lead?
Oh, lead.
Oh,
Yeah,
lead.
yeah.
The metal.
There was.
I was like, is there a superhero franchise called Lead I don't know about?
There might be.
Paul Giamatti was in Sideways. Literally the worst piece of crap I've ever seen. It was so bad.
Yeah, I think we've talked about it many times on the show. It is the most detestable
It's
movie
so
ever.
bad. I want to try watching it a third time to see
You
if
know
I
what?
can
I'll
get
watch
through
it with you.
Let's see if we can get through it.
Do you want to watch it?
How about I was gonna say Xanadu. That's not right. Zardoz. Sean Connery. Have you ever sat and watched through that whole thing?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
dude, it's ridiculous.
I've seen the body hair and I was done. I don't know.
It's so
It's bad.
Oh, and it was who was the director? He was the same guy who did Deliverance.
Yes. Fucking Deliverance is a masterpiece of cinema.
Right.
It's
Right.
like
And then his very next movie, as the credits
Zardon.
were or the trailer was so eager to point out, was his very next movie was Zardoz.
Sean Connery was in The Rock. He was in The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. He was James Bond.
James motherfucking Bond, and one of the better ones, easily.
Paul Giamatti was in the movie adaptation of John Dies at the End for like 7 minutes of screen time, and that character was more interesting than
You ever watch American Splendor?
a long time ago.
American what?
American Splendor.
No,
It was a
no.
movie about Harvey Picar, who was the artist behind Someone Help Me. It was like a series of maybe it was American Splendor comics actually, but it was like not outsider art. It was like
pop art,
like comic book art and like weird comic book art, kind of even pervy comic book art. I think of like R. Crumb as another type of person like that. Like lots of just weird artwork.
What they like those porn comics that they used to make in like the
It's sort of like that. They're
like from Watchmen. Silk Spectre's mom has one, the original Silk Spectre.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Tijuana Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's shit like that. It's like comic book art that's also got like a kind of pervy sex angle to it, you know.
Sure.
American Splendor was about his life. And if I remember correctly, what was kind of cool about it is that the movie did this thing where we go back and forth between being like, hand-drawn art and being, Paul Giamatti.
I don't know if I've ever watched Paul Giamatti in anything ever.
He's a legendary actor. He played
Yeah. Oh my, holy fuck.
What is the matter with you?
Dude, did you shit?
No, I'm
Did
good.
you shit?
No, that was a dry one. You
sure?
Believe it or not. Yeah.
Do you need to
wiggle,
call a
make sure.
gastroenterologist?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Do you need an ambulance?
He like messaged us the other night, was just like, something is wrong with my anus. Like,
Dude, it was bad.
something is wrong with my anus.
This is the night I dropped off the grill.
I know.
I had these barbecue farts that were like, they weren't the worst smelling ones I've ever had, but they were the ones that stayed the longest.
I was okay. First
and
of
they
all,
covered the most ground.
First of all, I walked away from you after that. You farted outside the truck. I was 10 feet away already. And then I walked into my garage and sat down and lit a cigarette, and like 30 seconds later, I smelled it.
They kept coming.
It came from the end of the driveway. It was just a little bit, but I'm like, oh my God, that's a fart.
Yeah.
It came like 50 feet up my
Dude,
driveway.
it was just pungent. It stayed in the room.
Gnarly barbecue farts, dude. Oh no. Why?
Sorry.
We all have to share the space.
Come on. It was time
yeah,
to bring it
all
back. All right, let's get back to the topic. Ben.
Yeah, you know what? I proposed this topic and I have very few stories.
I've been trying to think of something. One thing that comes to mind. I don't know what we could even talk about with it. But you were there at Cheddar's when that fight happened.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
and
that.
Drew almost got ran into.
See, yeah,
I've heard about this.
some dudes we just bailed the fuck. We just left her in the shit.
Oh, men fighting? No, this is not for me. I'm gonna get out of here.
Yeah, we just left her in the shit. Drew, to her credit, handled that very well. But
Didn't she like almost get between them? I can't remember what the story was.
She just kind of like, you could tell she's been in places where there's been bar fights because she knew exactly how to behave, which is don't get up, just stay where you're at and do this.
Yeah, no, they just kind of came in from behind us and slammed right into the bar.
Yeah,
before we realized there was even a fight.
I love a good bar fight.
But in Cheddar's of of places, like it's the most fucking white trash bar fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, the best $3 margaritas.
Yeah?
So good.
Yeah.
Fishbowl size $3 margaritas. Awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Can't beat it.
I love when shit like that happens. Just when something real happens. You know what I mean? Like,
$3 margaritas or the fight thing.
the fight thing.
which incidentally, I wonder if those two are related in some way.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I don't know. It could be a correlation. I guess we could
possible.
never figure it out.
Fist fighting at Cheddar's.
Yeah. I love a good fight, though. When fights, you know,
Yeah.
like even every fight's a bad fight, usually.
Yeah.
Every, like, actual fight in public is a shitty fight between two people.
That's
who
why
don't
I
know how
like
to fight.
boxing.
Yeah.
Right.
Because even when boxing is shitty, it's,
Yeah.
still dudes who know how to fight.
Except, remember that dude with the artificially huge arms who just like injected himself with whatever the fuck to give himself like big old cartoony looking like fat sack arms,
And then he got the shit beat out of
by
him.
an old man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually fights are that bad.
Yeah.
Like usually people don't know how to fight, which is great because they immediately reveal that they don't know how to fight.
Right.
Right. Well, I think it's either it's one of two extremes, which is one, they're trying too hard to hit the other guy, or two, trying their hardest not to get hit.
Yeah, right.
And so you get things where people are like, their bodies lean back, but they're trying to extend their arms as far as possible.
It's a fight. You're going to get hit.
Yeah,
It's
right.
going to happen.
You got to be ready for it.
Gotta be ready for
You
it.
got to let it fuel you.
That's right.
I feel like I was gonna say the one time when Christy and I went to McGilla's for wing night.
Yeah.
We witnessed a guy flipping out, and that was super fun.
Yeah.
And of course, I like a total pussy waited until he was actually on his way out the door to stand up and, all right, I'm gonna follow this guy out with half the bar.
Yeah.
But not when there was any real danger, only after that point.
Right.
But we were sitting across the bar from this guy. There's one of those things, they have this rule there, which makes sense, but it's annoying. It's like you can get 30-cent wings, but you got to order them and eat them there. Because what they really want you to do is drink
spend
beer.
money at the bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that. That's fair.
That also means you can't take your leftovers home.
And that's shitty.
Right there is where it's like, oh, that's kind of annoying. I
that's
sat
shitty.
here, I ate most of it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's stupid.
So this guy across the bar, he's clearly drunk already because he's like pissed, and his wings are like on his plate and he wants a container and they won't give him one, and then they take the wings away. They're still his wings, but they take them away. And that's when he throws a glass on the ground behind the bar. And like people stand up and bar stools scoot and he's hollering and shit. And he goes out the door, and then half the bar decides,
let me make sure.
Now it's time for me to intervene.
Yeah, you know what? I understand that. Though. I wouldn't like get that mad about it, but it is really stupid.
No. Well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't smash a glass, but it's like those are still my wings.
It's one thing if you're like you order them for takeout there.
Yeah.
And then you're in, you buy the wings, they bring you the wings and you leave. But it's another thing if you like get through, most of 20 wings.
Yeah,
and you want to take 4 home.
Right. Yeah. It's like and the guy clearly spent his money at the bar because he was drunk. Clearly, he was pissed off.
He spent the money on them,
right,
and ate most of them there, and spent money drinking.
It seems like he fulfilled his end of the bargain.
Give him a container.
Yeah.
You give him a container.
But the policy is the policy. And the other thing that's weird about that place is they got cameras all over that the owners watch from home. Mm. You know what I mean? So it's weird. Like that those guys are just
it is still technically the West Side.
Yeah,
I guess
it's on the other side of Meridian, but basically,
yeah.
And it's, I mean, those guys just basically, whoever owns that bar, I'm sure they just sit there and watch stuff. I think one of the people working there even told me that one time the owner called and was like, "I saw that. Don't do that."
Wow.
Which is like, I don't want to work under the watchful eye of some fucking asshole at home and his lazy boy.
Yeah, right. That sounds horrible.
Yeah,
it's some Elon Musk shit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Let me
surveillance.
Let me think of some other.
Yeah. When's the last time you rode a fucking public bus? Or a subway? Because those are always great and weird.
Probably DC. Last time I was in DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something always happens.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm in another city for a couple of days, something always happens that's a story on the subway. Always.
Oh, man. Yeah. I've been to New York a few times, seen all the fun stuff that happens on subways.
Yeah, just the sweaty mass of humanity crowded to get the unwashed masses.
Yeah. Sometimes with one person screaming the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you almost go like, yeah, me too. I also want to be screaming.
Yeah.
I think I showed you that video from way back in like 2010, 2011 sometime, of the woman playing fiddle, the woman playing violin, Vivaldi's Winter. And she does a great job. It's the most dramatic thing, but like everyone's looking at her like, are we about to die? Is this the music is this the music that's gonna is
this a soundtrack to our death?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Is it portending something bad? We're getting end credits music on all of our actual lives.
But when it was all over, of course, the car applauded, and then everyone clapped. But they actually did.
Then everyone clapped.
But
please clap.
There were these two Hispanic guys talking in Spanish over the whole thing, and I swear in the video they say it sounds like Spider-Man. And the other one goes, Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
That's fucking awesome. You remember when on Louis' show he had that segment with
we can't
where
talk about
he jerks off in front of something? No, you remember what there's like a
segment.
He Oscar baits.
Yeah. He Oscar baits on the subway.
Last segment.
No, so there's a segment where a guy's playing violin in the subway, like busking with like a whatever. But he's like in a full tux. He's like this extremely talented violinist, and he's playing, and Louis is sitting there waiting for the subway, watching him, and it's moving. And then you hear this clang, clang, clang. And what coming down the stairs into the subway is this like dude with like 5 trash bags, right? And then he like sets them all down. He's clanging all over the place. He takes his shirt off and he starts bathing himself with a bottle of water in the subway. And Louis watching both of these things happen at the same time. It's just like a brilliant performance that only gets better and better and more virtuosic or whatever. And then man scrubbing his armpits with Dasani like right next to each other. That's the kind of shit that like I've never seen anything quite like that, but that's the kind of thing I feel like you see a lot in like, public transportation.
I got one for you. I was in Las Vegas. This was years ago. I was a kid.
Yeah.
And we're on the strip and we're in like Vegas strip traffic. And I look out the window And I see this guy, old white dude, pretty scraggly, looks homeless. I don't want to judge, but he certainly had the air.
He had the way and appearance of
a homeless,
a very homeless man.
He was
quite homeless.
He was propping himself up out of a sewer, like a manhole.
No way.
He was literally climbing up and pushing himself onto the street from a manhole. The manhole cover was right next to it.
Holy shit, dude.
And he propped himself up, and in his hand he had like 5 or 6 half-smoked cigarette butts. And he funneled through them. He put all but one of them in his pocket, and he put it in his mouth.
He picked the best one.
Then he lit it. Yeah, he picked the best one. But he saved the rest. He put the rest in his pocket.
Right. But he picked the best half-smoked cigarette.
Lit it, kicked the manhole lid over, and he noticed that I was staring at him at the red light, and he was like, "Stop." I'm like 11, by the way. And he just waves and then goes about his business, just walking down the street.
Can I tell you something? You got like a $5,000 lesson right there.
Wow.
You got a life lesson. That is something that a person can be doing.
Yeah.
They can be coming out of the sewer with cigarette butts and be like, all right, here's the best one.
This is going to be a good night.
It's the sort of shit that it's the sort of shit Siddhartha Gautama saw and made him want to find enlightenment and become the Buddha. You know, he's out of the palace for the first time. See some guy come out of the sewer with.
He's like, I gotta sit under a tree and think about this shit for a minute.
Why can awful things befall people like this?
What is the nature of suffering? Holy fuck.
Yeah, it was wild. And he was just so like he just didn't.
Seriously.
And the wave wasn't like, oh shit, this kid just saw me. It was like, what's up? It was just like,
hey.
It was a normal day for this guy.
For him, it's like, that's payday, man.
Yeah.
Found some cigs. Holy fuck, dude. People cannot be more different, can they?
Yeah.
An 11-year-old bus on a kid or a 50-year-old man crawling out of a sewer.
Weird. It was just weird.
The sewer keeps him humid, and you can't get the ones out of the cracks of the sidewalks.
Right, they're all dried up.
Sun dries them out, right?
I like them fresh. I like a moist cigarette butt that I found in a sewer.
You got to smoke them when they're still wet.
Yeah, that's when they're good.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah,
I had a guy come to the mailbox that I had just delivered to when I was at the post office totally naked. Like some white woman had just left his house, who I can only assume is his girlfriend.
Yeah.
He's just totally naked. I put the mail in the box.
Yeah.
And he was like, he leaned out the door. He's like, hey man, I'm on disability. So can you put it, I got a box nailed up here. Can you
tuck it in my ass crack for me?
Well, he's like, hey man, can you like put it in the box closer? Cause I have a hard time getting down there.
Yeah.
I'm like, sure. And I realized that he was nude just from the way he was standing at the door. Nude.
Did you say nude?
But like I put the mail in the box. Dude didn't even wait. He just went, pff,
yeah.
Just like a big dick in gym class. Just out. And he hobbled. He definitely had a limp, but
right. He wasn't faking it.
Just big old, tall, naked black dude.
Akron.
Yep, just didn't care.
If she had just left and he was just walking around nude, I think the assumption is correct. Probably the girlfriend taking off.
Either that, or she's like his physical therapist, and that's just
maybe.
What he
and
does
is
in his
also
house.
fucking him.
Yeah,
I don't know if physical therapy appointments typically involve someone being completely naked.
The thing
Sure,
is,
they do. I've seen all kinds of videos on the internet.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's how they start.
I don't know.
Or how they end. I don't know.
But the thing is, the way that she carried herself wasn't like, it wasn't like I just fucked this guy.
Yeah,
it was very formal.
Oh, okay.
It was weird.
Okay.
Fucked him, but regrets it.
I don't think I don't think if she fucked him, she regretted it.
You think it's possible she was there in a professional capacity?
It's possible, but she didn't look like a call girl.
No. Just giving him a nice old butt massage, maybe.
I don't know. That's why I said I put this like thing together in my head, like, oh, he was a Iraq war veteran and came back home and he's disabled and he can't find decent work.
Right.
So that's his therapist, physical therapist, and
Well, he can't find decent work because he probably goes to interviews naked too.
right. And then he
They just refuse to hire him on the
nice to meet
spot.
you, John. Your
She just
qualifications.
has an understanding that he's not doing it for any sexual reason. He just has trouble putting his clothes on in the morning.
I guess.
So she just doesn't say anything about it, and she like genuinely wants to help him because he seemed like a nice guy. He just
Yeah.
Remember I told you about that guy I saw peeing in New York just with his dick out right into the gutter?
yeah.
And like,
Dude, Corey said that's all of Japan.
oh, I
So
would not be surprised.
It's literally a country of drunks. So they're all just. She said like
Don Zella said something similar about
I
how.
had to work like that, I drink
Yeah.
like that too.
right, right. Well, and she said it was really like the first time that she got to pee in a sewer on the way home, and everybody walking past just was like, yeah, whatever.
You know, if Donzi is listening, I want him to let me know how many times he's just seen Japanese wieners floating around in
Yep.
public.
just whipping them out. Yeah, fucking
Yeah.
weird, dude.
He says it's wild. Like people are like drinking in public. If I remember correctly,
Yeah.
like a lot.
a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a country of drunks. They're all drunk,
Really weird.
all the time,
Yeah.
and they smoke a lot.
Yeah, that's true. It's one of the last places that people really smoke. I think is Japan. You can get away with that shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
people peeing in public. That's just, it's kind of fun.
yeah, but that's just everybody at this table has peed in public
Sure.
at some point.
I peed on the side of a church once.
Me too. I was just gonna say that. I wonder if it was the same church.
No, probably not. It was in Majory.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was downtown Youngstown.
Oh man, what church was it?
2 streets over from Boardman Street. Down the church on the corner.
Oh,
on
I
the
know.
same-
The one with the big red door?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The street where the Vindicator, I think, runs parallel to.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, years ago when we did some band photos, we actually took some pictures right in front of that building when Eric White followed us around with a camera. It was
Yeah.
pretty cool. No one was peeing on it at the time, unfortunately.
Okay. I got one for you from back in the day. Weird public stories.
Okay.
I remember I was at the bar with the girls, and there's just all of a sudden these hippies showed up, and one of them pulled out a didgeridoo and just started playing. And they had a drum circle with like congos and a fucking what's that thing, tambourine?
Yeah.
Like
Dude, when I was in my 20s, I would be like, oh, this is interesting.
It was not interesting.
No.
I remember the last thing I said. We were talking about like slut shaming. I think
Yeah.
before slut shaming had a term.
Yeah.
And I said something
That was
like,
back when just shaming sluts
yeah,
was
I'm
all
like,
we
no,
did.
man, everybody should be. I think the last words that were spoken were by me, and I think I said them to Sarah. I was like, I'm all for anybody getting laid at any time for any reason. We all just
Great. Conversation over. Because some dude with a big stick decided to come in and make a big fucking racket.
played for like 2.5 hours. They just kept playing.
Played.
Yeah.
Air quotes.
It's just a didgeridoo.
Jesus fucking Christ. The thing is, it's an interesting sound. I don't want it at a bar. I
Yeah.
don't want it over my conversations. I certainly don't want it to happen without me knowing in advance.
Right.
I want to be aware that there's going to be a didgeridoo.
I need time to prep mentally for a didgeridoo.
Yeah. I need the ability to escape that situation if I choose,
Right.
like 5 to 10 minutes in advance. My God, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's just weird. There was a bunch of weird shit that happened at that bar, though.
Yeah.
Hi, Wayne. Come to see me rip some didge?
I told you guys, I'm sure, on this podcast more than once about the time I was at the Lemon Grove and there were just naked people on stage.
What?
Really?
No,
I didn't tell you this?
Old Lemon Grove?
Yeah, the Lemon Grove when it was like still in the first place it was, right?
Yeah.
During the daytime, I want to say I was there to meet someone for Jenny Magazine stuff. So I like showed up a little early, ordered a drink. It's maybe like 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I hear people talking, and I realize there's some kind of performance going on the stage, and there's 2 ass naked people. There's a man and a woman ass naked on the stage, right? And they're doing some kind of, again, air quotes, play. It's some kind of theater.
Oh, performance art.
Yes. And I'm looking at all this bush, and I'm just like, why is this on the stage right now? And then I look over, and fucking Jacob Harver is standing at the end of his own bar, looking and just going, yeah, like just like nodding his head, like, yeah, I get it, I get it. And I just was overwhelmed with that feeling of like, you don't get shit.
Yeah.
Why is this happening in your establishment in the daytime? We're people.
Yeah, I was about to ask if we should identify him by name on the podcast, but I also realized that I don't really care.
Well,
Yeah.
and also he was on an episode of Bar Rescue, so
It's true. He's a public figure now.
Okay, yeah.
so I
For
don't
eating
really
the
care.
crickets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jacob Harvard.
Yeah, for any
What's this fucking bullshit? You got fucking crickets. There's food in there. You fucking asshole. You got there's bush on the stage. I'm getting out of here. Clean this fucking place up. Clean this fucking place up.
I love Barrett. John Taffer is my hero.
He's hilarious.
I love John Taffer.
It wasn't the same episode, but the one that he did for the Royal Oaks where they got John Tabbert sitting in a car with fucking what's his face, the mayor.
Yeah. Tito Brown.
No, not Tito. The Irish one.
Oh,
What the fuck was his name?
the guy after Samarone?
I can't think of his fucking name right
what
now.
was his name?
Oh no, McPoyle.
McNutty.
McNutty. I want to talk to McNutty.
Yeah, he's sitting in the car with them doing like a surveillance thing of like, look at this. They cook their ribs at home and then they take them to the restaurant. and then of course the mayor's going, oh, this is completely unacceptable. Oh, this is completely I can't believe this.
Come on, this is Youngstown. We don't give a shit.
McNally.
McNally.
McNally. I want to talk to McNally.
to McNally.
Fucking and John Tafford is just
Look at this. It's disgusting. We're breaking health codes. You clean it up.
clean
Clean it up. Just clean it up. Did I ever talk about that on the show?
What, just about that song?
There's a song
I think we might have actually.
of the 1987 Butthole Surfers album Locust Abortion Technician.
What a great album title.
That's the name of the album is Locust. They have the best album names.
Yeah.
Hairway to
Airway to
Steve.
Steven is the other one.
Electric Larry Land.
Hairway to Steven.
The first EP is called Pee-Pee the Sailor.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
What band is this again?
the Butthole Surfers.
The Butthole Surfers.
Yeah, they have a song on Locust Abortion Technician. It's right at the end. It's called Clean It Up. And it's just somebody like puking into a toilet and then like this abstract noise rock. And in the background, it's somebody going, oh, it's disgusting. Just clean it up. Clean it up. Just clean it up now. Just clean it up.
That's so horrifying to me.
so funny.
It's like
It
so
sounds like a
horrifying.
It
nightmare.
is a nightmare. Let's see if I can find it. We'll play it when we get back.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like the postmodern The Wall.
Just clean it up.
Clean it up. How can you have your pudding if you don't eat your meat?
Yeah, right. Just clean it up.
Oh my god.
Check that one out. It's really funny.
Stand still, laddie.
Stand still, laddie.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess saying Jacob Harbour's name is okay because he's been on TV.
He's been on national television.
right.
Yeah, so
I got
it's
I
fine.
got one here. We went to go. My friend Brittany and I, who used to be friends with Katie Farrell. Like
People were also naming by name.
yeah, whatever.
Well, I think we've said half of our friends'
Yeah,
names on
right.
this show.
Yeah.
But we went to go see P-Funk. We went to go see P-Funk played at.
Not the Ledges.
Stambaugh.
No, it was in Pittsburgh, Stage AE.
Oh,
They played at Stage AE, which is a notoriously strict venue for fun. They don't like fun.
They hate fun. You can't have
a band like Parliament there. Yeah,
I don't know how that would.
People are gonna go.
people are
wild,
going to
and
take
you
drugs.
gotta let
Yeah,
them.
it's people are going to smoke weed. It's So we got like very stoned before we went to the show because that's
Yeah.
what you do for P-Funk. We got like rip roaring high. And then, of
That's what I
course,
should listen to later tonight.
P-Funk, they literally at the start of the show invite you to smoke weed. But people are lighting up in the crowd because of course that's what people do at concerts.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like people
Everywhere.
It doesn't
Every
matter
show.
what the concert is. People
really
just
doesn't.
get stoned for the shows.
I'm sure Britney Spears concerts smell like weed.
Yeah, every concert smells like weed. But this is Parliament Funkadelic we're talking about. They pioneered weed.
They invented weed.
They're like
in 1967.
Weed cosmonauts.
Like I don't know if you gentlemen have ever been high and listened to Parliament Funkadelic.
I will tonight.
It's a great time.
Yeah.
They made really good weed music.
I absolutely loved Maggot Brain the first time I listened to it, and I haven't listened to
Eddie
it
motherfucking Hazel. Dude, what a player.
That's a to-do list item. That's a to-do list.
Just, tear the roof off the sucker, tear the roof off the mother sucker. Know, the Parliament's awesome, but it's weed music. Right. And they literally tell you at the start of the show, hey, if you want to smoke weed, that's awesome. We think that's cool. They told us, they're like,
I love it if they said it exactly like that.
The keyboard player was like, hey, if any of you look at your watches, I think it's 4:20. and they're fucking, it's Parliament, so they're getting fucking stoned on stage too. Yeah. In fact, everybody in Parliament looks like really into drugs. I was just gonna say, like, they all look like,
well, yeah,
they look
extremely into drugs.
They look like they partied very hard. Sure, probably because they did.
Yeah,
but like they're fucking security guards in the crowd. Yeah, just catching people,
diving and
trying to steal people's joints. Okay, I remember. I promise I'm getting to the point of this story.
I could never live with being the narc in a stadium full of cool people.
Right. Boo. I went to go see Primus and Gogo Bordello, and Gogo Bordello opened and played their. I know.
Could you say that 3 times?
Gorglor Bordortle.
Gogo Bordello opened, and I remember
Gorble Madorble.
Before Gogo B went on.
This is Hell's Kitchen. This is Heckle's Ketchel.
Gorgle Madorgle's Heckle's Ketchel. We're about to do some hacking kirkin. It's Tuesdays at 8. Gorgle Madorgle's. How did we say it?
Where's the Lizzie Swizzy?
It's you drumbus.
A Dr. Seuss production.
Gorgle Madorgle.
No, I went to go see them, and like I remember before Gogo B went on, I was smoking a cigarette. Yeah, right. I smoked a cigarette, and I remember the security. We were like right up front by the stage, and the security guys were like, "Hey, man, can you put you gotta put that out? There's no smoking." And I'm like, "Oh man, my bad. Whatever." Sure. Which is weird because the amphitheater is an outdoor venue, but. I understand.
You try not to get kicked out, so you go, whatever.
So, Gogo Bordello plays an incredible show. I strongly recommend if you get the chance to go see them live. They're great.
Yeah.
But then Primus is about to go on, and Primus is another drug crowd. And I remember as soon as Gogo Bordello leaves the stage, everybody turns into a circle. And people just start lighting up because that's just, we know what's coming. It's a Primus show. Yeah. And I remember like looking over and seeing all the security guards and then I see the head security guard, who's the older guy, and he's going down the line, and he's going to like each of the 10 security guards up front.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to stop this from happening.
I'm imagining every single one of them just looking like PC principal.
Yeah.
Like
the teeth out.
Yeah. I don't know. This seems unsafe. It's not okay.
It's not okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, rules here. Okay, stage AA.
Stage AA. You got to put the microphone real close to me.
Hey, you guys, it's stage AA. We have some pretty clear rules. Lisa, shut your fucking mouth!
That's 2 weeks detention, mister. I'll see you at 5.
Dude, I love PC Principal.
Yeah, what a great. But that was so like that. I understand like drug shows like that. These guys were fucking relentless.
Yeah.
For Parliament Funkadelic, they were like in the crowd, pulling people out, tossing them from the venue. How fucking lame.
Yeah.
Right.
I saw Fish at Blossom, and I swear to God, security people came out of the fucking trees like BC. Like, it was nuts.
they were like,
and they just leapt over shit, got in, got drugs, and got out so fast.
Stupid. So stupid. Yeah. But I tell you all this to tell you that there was a guy in front of us at P-Funk who was very clearly an acid head.
Okay.
He had the familiar trappings of an acid head. Big, oversized tie-dye t-shirt that doesn't fit his skinny frame and kind of hangs down just above his knees. Old pair of cargo shorts that look frayed on the bottom and like flip-flops.
Yeah, right.
So this dude's on ads, like clearly, and the security guards just avoided him all night. They could see that this dude's fucked up.
Yeah.
And they're just like, you watch him walk around like and look at him like, what the fuck is that guy doing? Because he's not like doing anything wrong. He's not smoking weed or anything.
Right.
He's just dancing. And they're just like looking at him and they're like, I don't want any fucking part of this guy. But he's dancing like this.
Just real herky jerky.
Like Joe Cocker. Like if you ever watch Joe Cocker perform.
Oh God, yes.
He's just moving his arms like an idiot. Like this kid's like, and he's going way down here and he's like, writhing to this music. And this is a Parliament show.
It's like the junkie lean, but on coke. It's like the balance is magical. You don't know how he doesn't fall over.
He was just, I mean, he very obviously took a large dose of LSD.
Yeah.
And was, just out of his mind. And this is a Parliament show. So they played for like, Pete Funk is famous for long
like
shows.
4-hour show.
Yeah, it was like 3 hours and 45 minutes. It was a long show.
Yeah.
And that's one of the short ones. But they played a long set and they jam on all their songs. They closed with Flashlight and they played it for like 20 minutes. And they just kept getting
that must have been so good.
Yeah, because it's such a good hook.
A fucking awesome jam.
So this dude, like, I think he started peaking like halfway through the show and was still peaking by the end of the show because he's just writhing. And I remember the band finishes the set list.
Yeah.
They played Maggot Brain that night too, incidentally, which was dope. They finished the set list. Good night, Pittsburgh. Leave the stage. Curtains come down. Lights come up.
Yeah.
People start scattering. And this dude is still there. just
Still moving.
Still into the music.
Oh, my God.
Just
Feeling the residual sound waves bouncing off of every inch of creation.
right. Now, I've taken a lot of LSD. like at one time. I've taken a lot of LSD at one time. And I think that guy was on more because he was just like, he was very far from this played.
The guy you described, the guy in tie-dye t-shirt, cargo shorts, sandals. I saw a guy, there's a million of them, obviously.
Our friend Bob was that guy.
Sure.
So,
like of course, that's a common description.
Yeah.
But at another Fish show in the DC area, I saw a guy who looked just like that, but he was like 4.5 feet tall and he looked like Mitch McConnell.
oh my God.
And I swear to God, I was like, is that Mitch McConnell?
Yeah.
Because he had the like double chin and the glasses and looked like a bird.
well, the president says it's okay if we take a little ecstasy.
How tall?
Right?
Mitch McConnell's decently he can't be more than a couple inches shorter than us, right?
I don't know. I think he's a short guy.
Yeah.
Were his hands all fucked up?
I don't know about 4.
That's how it happened.
Yeah.
Mitch McConnell just like punching a tree for 3 hours.
The president says it's okay if we take a little bit of the coke.
I can't believe we're going to
Can't have all of it.
I'm seriously Googling how tall Mitch McConnell is. This is the dumbest
What
search.
a weird.
5'9", not that short.
Okay.
Not that tall either.
Not that
but-
tall either. But
Yeah, 5'9". Who else is short? Let's look at this list here.
President wants me to do boner coke.
Oh, there's a
He put a lot of coke on the
We are
boner.
not interested in doing anything that involves snorting coke off the president's wiener.
there's a great
No matter how many times Joe Biden tries to persuade this Congress.
Come on, man. Just give me a little snort on my pecker.
Come on, man. I got a fat line on my dick. Come on, get in
no
here.
matter
and have
how many times
It's getting
President
numb.
Biden
Come on.
reaches his Schweinsteiger across the aisle.
Come on, man. I'm losing it here. Get over
come
here
on,
before
get
it
over
falls
here.
off.
Numb. Come on, Jack.
The president insists on us snorting coke off his penis. We find this disgusting and not in the interest of our legislative
I
agenda.
had a hairy cock, and the hair's turned blonde in the sun.
I can tell
Got
you.
thin blonde hairs all the way up my shaft. Come on, give it a whiff. Come on.
I can tell you've never been to college. Boys do this all the time.
Just a fat line of boner coke.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Don't leave me hanging. This is good stuff.
This is good. Come on, just snort it up.
Good stuff, and I'm super hard right now.
Come on, don't do this line soft.
This Congress has better things to do than sit around in a men's bathroom snorting cocaine off the president's wiener. Come on, man. Come on, man. They're going to lock the building soon. It's like midnight.
Previously on the West Wing.
West Wang.
The West Wing.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Don't leave me hanging.
I've got the best.
Obama.
Yeah, Obama's doing it. Yeah.
He's also in the bathroom.
Yeah, well, they're Democrats. They have the same agenda.
They're like in alternate stalls. And it's like, well, if you want to snort cocaine off of a presidential penis, consider my penis.
Take a look at it.
Have a look.
You know
It's a
what
nice
they say?
penis.
Once you go black, you never go back.
Once you snort coke off a black president's penis.
Yeah, you're never going to elect a black president again.
I just think it'd be good for me to go ahead and
America-
affirm that I've got cocaine on my penis.
So how tall is Mitch McConnell?
5'9". It's 5'9".
Dude, I'll do President Boner Coke all night.
Oh boy,
I'm not even nearly done with this bit yet.
I think we found the next Butthole Surfers album.
Presidential Boner Coke. Writing that down. Seriously, I will do this all fucking night. I don't care.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I loaded up my boner. Look at that thick line on there.
Come on, I only got 1 hour before the medicine wears off.
Come on, this Cialis is going to be out of my system in like 48 minutes. Come on. Don't leave me hanging.
Walking around with this shitty body.
The president fails to recognize it's nearly midnight, and Congress is quite tired.
Yeah. We don't want to stay up all night.
We don't want to stay up all night and do coke off the president's boner anymore. We've had enough. It's time for bed.
Any responsible public servant must know his limits on cocaine.
The president is insatiable.
His appetite for partying seems to know no end.
Yeah.
We all just want to drink a beer, jack off, and go to bed. The president can snort coke off his own boner if he's so inclined.
Come on, I'm not Marilyn Manson, man. All right,
That's enough.
We got to get out of this.
Presidential boner coke, though.
Literally do this all night.
That's the subtitle. I'll tell you what.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Joe Biden, 3 in the morning, he's stalking the White House, spider walking on it.
Like he's in The Exorcist. He climbs down the stairs.
Come on, man. I snorted Viagra off your boner. You snort coke off my boner.
Come on, this is the best stuff, man.
It's good stuff.
Get it right from the DEA.
Good old,
Confiscated in Venezuela.
good old Joe Boner Coke Biden.
Do it for your country. Come on.
We got to get out of it.
Okay. We're done. Let's take a break.
All right.
Let's take a break. We just have to stop because we won't. We just have to stop doing this. Yeah. I'm so tempted to not hit the stop button right now.
I know.
Because I got way more boner cocaine
me too.
in my brain. All right. We're going to take a break.
Right.
We'll be back in a minute.
Clean it up.
All right. We appear to have shaken that out of our system.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah.
That was. I wasn't sure what was going to happen.
I'm not sure what has happened.
No. But we're back. Recommendation time. It's. I don't really have anything at the top of my mind, but I think I'll think of something soon. Either you guys come prepared for this or just no?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, good. In that case, Chris, why don't you let Chris tell us?
Oh.
Ooh.
Here it comes.
Ben,
Yeah. Let him.
Yeah.
let Chris
Oh God.
Okay.
Let Chris give it back to you, Ben.
Ben.
I refuse.
Well, okay. Refuse.
So I recommend. It's the album I've been listening to the most this year since this year started. I recommend a recent release from the Wailers, Bob Marley and the Wailers, or Tough Gong Records, which is owned by his wife Rita Marley, and partially owned by his children. Put out a release of a live concert that the Wailers did when they played in the States for the very first time. And it's called the Capitol Session 73. It was a private event held by Capitol Records in which only a handful of people were invited, studio execs and their families and friends. Very small show, but it is peak Wailers. Bunny Wailer, Peter Tosh.
Yeah.
This is like peak Bob Marley and the Wailers, and it's an incredible live show. They just you just don't understand. Like, his music sounds so good on the record, and then to hear them duplicate it live and just like I think the tendency for a lot of white people is to just assume that it's a stoner band, and which I get, it is.
Yeah.
But like, you cannot underestimate how talented these guys were.
The musicianship. As
musicians. They were very, very tight, very incredible musicians. And this concert is just fucking good.
I love the idea that it's like a small, intimate setting, but they also managed to record it.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of feel like maybe it's their first performance in the U.S., you said, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you might imagine a small gathering for, like, record executives to kind of evaluate a talent.
Right.
But you wouldn't necessarily expect it to be all mic'd up.
Yeah. No, they mic'd it up. They recorded it. They actually released a DVD along with this because they had unearthed this footage. And there had been, like, clips of it, but not like a full release. And they have officially done the whole thing. I picked it up on vinyl, on special green tie-dye edition vinyl.
Nice.
They only made a couple thousand of them, so I'm super stoked that I managed to snag one of those.
That's pretty sweet.
It is sweet. And like I said, the concert, it's older Wailers, so I think the song on there that probably most people would know is Stir It Up.
Oh, yeah.
And they close the show with Stir It Up, but it's, it's 73, so it's right after Catch a Fire. Which, so Duppy Conqueror, this is like small. Oh,
Damn it. God damn it.
Duppy Conqueror, small axe era, Marley and the Wailers. Highlight track. If you want to know if this album is something you're into, listen to that version of Kinky Reggae on the Capitol Session 73. It just sounds so good.
Kinky Reggae.
Yeah. It's kind of like just a nonsense song.
Yeah.
Kinky reggae now.
Kinky reggae now. Yeah.
See, this is a band that
I went down to Piccadilly Circus down there. I saw Marcus. He had a candy tar all over his chocolate bar, whatever the fuck that means.
As many times as you've recommended Bob Marley to me, I never really got in. Ever.
Yeah.
Never even really tried.
Yeah.
And
a good
that
one.
will not change this time. I don't care.
Just remember, it's fair enough.
It's
No, I'm kidding.
It's protest music. They wrote a lot of very heartfelt protest music.
Yeah.
And if you've ever heard Buddy Wailer explain reggae music, it's a religious thing for them. They're serious about it. Like, I saw it's actually, I think, in the Marley documentary, Bunny Wailer talking about reggae, and he's like, it says because it's based in Judeo-Christian beliefs.
Yeah.
And he says, it says in the Bible that there is a music that will be played and people will dance. People of all global concern will dance and sing and celebrate, and this music will bring people together. And he said, what other music could that be? Because it is
Interesting.
It's a very universal. It's music that everybody has.
And it is meant to be exported. It's meant to be shared with the whole planet.
It's literally part of their religion. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Well, I will investigate their religion further. I had never listened to much reggae, admittedly.
It's and you got to understand this is Whalers in the time of horrible political strife in Jamaica, and they were a protest band. They wrote protest music, but like the message underneath the protest music is very much a continuance of the Flower Child message. You know, like there's a better way to do this. Everything should be happy and.
Yeah, kindness, love, peace, positive feelings.
Right.
The idea that things are going to be all right.
Yeah. And it's a kind of music that everybody agrees is just nice music. It's everybody is like, yeah, I love Bob Marley. Everybody, I haven't really.
I've never heard anyone be like, you know what, fuck that shit. Reggae, fuck that shit.
Yeah, everybody has the greatest hits album. It's like, you know what I mean? Like it's just.
Right.
It's that kind of thing. So, but like this is them, like right at the peak of their musical. You know, they were just so tight, and they'd been playing together religiously, literally. For
what other music could that be? Cut to the guitar solo from Jerry Was a Race Car Driver.
Yeah, right. Raining blood.
What else could bring the world together?
What other music could that be? We shall fight them on the beaches. We shall fight them on the land.
Cut to Bjork whale sounds.
Capital Session 73, top to bottom. You can get through the whole concert in like an hour. It's about an hour. Yeah. Super good, dude.
They only made 2,000 of a reissue?
Well, it's not a reissue.
I thought you said it was a reissue.
It's the first time that they've issued it.
Oh, okay.
Only made 2,000 of the special print.
Oh, okay.
On vinyl.
Okay. So, that's pretty sick to own that.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked, dude. And it's my new favorite live album. It's really good.
Yeah.
Putting it up on the pedestal with Humble Pie, rocking the Fillmore. Oh, sweet hamburger.
I'm very seriously looking at buying a new record player.
Yeah, I saw that.
Very seriously. And I'm actually really tempted. I cannot afford to spend a shit ton of money, but the Fluence RT85, which doesn't even come with a preamp, so that's another 100.
Preamp. You don't need a preamp. You have a perfectly good amplifier here.
Well, hold on a minute though, because I think I don't have like a phono in on my stereo, so I think you need a preamp. You need to like convert it to a line in. Like you need to amplify it off the record.
Do you have analog on there?
I have stereo inputs.
Like red and white? That'll work.
I think you need an amplifier, or like if your record player doesn't have a preamp built in, you need a preamp.
No,
I think so. That's the whole idea, right? That's what a phono input is for like you.
I don't have mine hooked up to a phono, and it's not preamped.
What about CDs?
You might have a preamp inside.
Mine's not.
What about CDs?
See,
I still love CDs. I can't say anything.
Yeah,
I refuse to get rid. I have like 600 CDs. I can't get rid of them.
They're cool,
and I
never get rid of them.
Yeah, they spend a lot of money.
I've told you before. Before you throw those away, I will give you storage space in my basement. Don't ever get rid of them.
No, I'm not. They're it's my life's work is collecting music. So
yeah.
Anyway, let me get away from me.
Anyway, get away from me.
No, because I hate hogging the spotlight.
No, that's all right.
Capital Session 73. I don't know, man. Just eat a pot brownie or something and just put some good headphones on and listen to it because it sounds good.
I dig it.
My recommendation, I'm going to first re-recommend an earlier recommendation.
Okay.
Which was Forgotten City
3.
Wait, the Forgotten City.
Forgotten City.
Yeah.
I beat it. There are multiple endings. I won't say how many. But getting to it's not like Myst obscure, you know. It's you'll be able to figure out where to go, what to do.
Gotcha. Like there's a little bit of there's just enough in the way of game design that you're not completely floundering.
Right. And if you ever do screw anything up, there's the whole time loop mechanic.
Right.
But yeah, no, I beat it. Just super well written.
Yeah.
Really like I said before, great game if you're down for some light philosophy and conversations on ethics and all that. But yeah, just want to re-recommend that real quick because I beat it and it was very good.
I think I watched almost the entire No Clip documentary about it, but I can't remember for sure. They tried to make it non-spoilery.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I finished that documentary, but it was really nifty. I think we even talked about this last time. Like, a dude basically lost his lawyer job because he was developing this on the side.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And his boss was just like, you are either a lawyer or you are not. Like, you can only do law stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Yeah. But yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Definitely.
Fuck that guy.
But yeah, definitely pick that up. But my current recommendation for this week is something that I got, I don't know how many Steam sales ago, and only just installed and played it. It just had a recent update to version 2.0. It's called Insurmountable.
Insurmountable. That sounds familiar.
I couldn't remember if I had recommended this before.
You had not.
I think I might have seen it possibly in the Steam catalog or something. I remember the name.
It's a roguelike. It's not especially difficult. It's not like, it's not action based for one thing. But it's about mountain climbing.
Okay.
And specifically there's this whole plot. The entire purpose of the 2.0 update is to add this plot about how whatever area you're in, this mysterious mountain range has kind of appeared in the middle of the Pacific Ocean out of nowhere. And being on that landmass sticks you in a time loop.
Okay.
So that's if you're a climber, you get 3 climbers. They each have different abilities and skill trees you can upgrade. And if one of your climbers dies, that time loop is the justification for bringing them back to life.
Right.
They have to rest up a bit, but then they come back.
Okay.
But it's like I said, it's not action based, so it's actually kind of. It's one of those peaceful kind of games that you can play to kind of wind down your evening and
something nice and relaxing like getting over it.
Yeah.
Just climbing and nothing at all super stressful about it.
well, except unsarcastically.
Right.
I'm pulling up gameplay because I kind of want to see the.
Yeah. So along the way, you have to kind of choose your path because you'll run into these various events. You can find caves to sleep in, so you don't have to use your tent or whatever. And different choices have different outcomes for your oxygen, your stamina.
Okay. So there's a survival element to it as well.
Yeah, it's what is it? Oxygen, stamina, body temperature, and sanity.
Okay. Gotta love a game with a sanity mechanic.
And then tied to all of it is your hit points. You can become injured. And
What happens if your sanity meter reaches its breaking point?
The mountain becomes the Dark Lord Cthulhu.
No, I believe if any one of those stats goes to negative, it starts draining from your hit points instead.
Okay.
Eternal Darkness worked in a similar way. If you were completely out of sanity, but then something caused you to lose more sanity, it would take away from your health instead.
Right. So it's like a buffer against your health.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And so in that way, it's kind of a resource management type thing. Certain things will, maybe restore body temperature but cost some energy, or you can climb up here and there's an oxygen tank, but you just spent a whole lot of energy getting up there.
I love games like that, but they do ultimately drive me insane. They really do start to those little decisions that you have to make constantly about prioritizing this resource or that just start to really I'm not good at them, but I like them.
Well, like I said, there are persistent upgrades that each climber can get. There's like I said, an adventurer, a scientist, and a journalist, and they all have different skills and different upgrades that help them. And then there's upgrades that affect the entire team.
Right.
So it does get easier the more you play.
You're driving me insane. Just spill the M&Ms. Just put them on the table.
Just like most roguelites.
It's that little crunching every like 2 minutes. I just cannot fucking stand it right now. I'm sorry. Please continue.
But anyway, it's a neat little game, and I suggest if you I forget what its full asking price is. I think it's like $20 or $25.
Yeah.
It's I would say it's worth it. It's again, there's still updates rolling out for it and more content being added.
I dig it. Yeah, it sounds like that version 2.0 update is kind of large.
Yeah.
Contributes a lot to the story of the thing.
Yeah, it introduced quite a few new things, and they're of course they're working on more.
What is it I just saw just finally entered its like version 1 release? Oh, I can't remember, but it was something that was in development for like 8 years or something like that. I can't remember what it is.
Duke Nukem Forever.
Well, you hear it leaked, the original build?
What? No.
From like 2000 and whatever?
The one that was almost finished.
Yeah.
What?
That leaked. That's out on the internet.
You could play?
Yeah, and it's from what I hear, it's better than what we got.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of it's whatever.
It's Duke.
It's playable.
I would like to play Duke Nukem, but with all the dialogue from that horrible assassin game or whatever, where the guy says things like "suck my balls,"
oh yeah,
my big hairy balls.
You
Lights
motherfucking
out.
piece of shit.
Lights out, motherfucker. Rock and roll, motherfuckers. It's every guy.
Every single line and every guy, just dirty dialogue.
Suck my balls, my fucking hairy big balls. Put them in your mouth.
Someone recorded that in front of a microphone, and they went cut.
That guy recorded it.
The only developer, right?
Whatever, the special operations guy.
Oh yeah. Jesus, so weird.
Suck my balls.
I kind of want to play that original Duke Nukem build now. I'm actually really curious.
I'll have to look it back up again. But yeah, there's people play it and they said it's all right.
I'm sure you guys have seen the articles that keep going around about more and more evidence that GoldenEye 007 is finally coming to Xbox.
With 60 FPS?
I think so. It's a re-release. They're gonna like remaster it.
To like the current Xbox.
Yes.
I thought you were making a weird joke for a second.
No, I mean they're porting it to the modern Xbox from N64.
Okay, I understand now.
At 120 frames per second?
4,000 frames per second.
Have you ever played it on mouse and keyboard?
No.
Like through an emulator? It's great.
Yeah.
Really?
It's way better with the frame rate stabilized and mouse and keyboard.
It looks like they're doing a proper re-release of it.
It's like butter smooth. It's super fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was reminded recently that what was it, Nightfire, and then there was another.
I like Nightfire.
There was one before Nightfire though.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
It might have been the Tomorrow Never Dies game.
One of them had where you could drive the Aston Martin that turns invisible.
That was Die Another Day.
Oh, okay.
That was the one with Halle Berry.
That sounds right.
No, but
Nightfire.
But I
was like Agent Under Fire or something like that. It was this horrible PC one?
Agent Under Fire, yeah.
It was like a horrible PC release of a Bond game that sucked.
Well, I was watching a video, Darkside Phil playing the Quantum of Solace game.
Oh god.
And it occurs to me, like, GoldenEye, no one really tried to deviate much from GoldenEye. It was all FPS stuff. It was all just, the same, like, there's 1,000 enemies and you shoot your way through all of them.
Right.
I don't know if there's ever been like a
stealth Bond game.
Like a legit Bond.
Right. Even in like a point and click adventure game, if it wasn't too obtuse, would be.
I'd like to see something that's kind of like no, not open world. Open world is too big. But just something where you it's very story driven, third person, lots of maybe not exclusively stealth, but like some stealth sequences.
Something like maybe almost a cross between Hitman and maybe like some Tom Clancy, some more like action based like Rainbow Six or Splinter Cell.
Yeah. I want a James Bond dating simulator. That's what I want.
Do you
answer all of them?
Do you want to be able to date James Bond or be James Bond?
That's my business.
Every different kind of Bond.
Yeah.
I want to date Roger Moore.
Lazenby son. Lazenby senpai.
Yeah, I want to play as Moneypenny, and I want to have to figure out which Bond I want to date.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you get your pick of all...
Miss Moneypenny, your pussy is looking very good today.
Miss Moneypenny.
I can smell your vagina.
What a delightful pussy. That's terrible. I don't like this joke at all.
Oh, James, please get away from my desk. Shut up, bitch.
It's the 60s. I belong everywhere.
Now go on. Let's see the cans. Pull them out. Can you please? I've disconnected the phone line.
Oh, my God. No.
There's a special button under all these desks. We're now in lockdown.
Now, please pull out my penis and tug on it for a little bit.
Tug on it for a little bit.
For a spell.
There's a good
There's a
lass.
good lad.
Talk on my penis for a spell.
Jenkins. Was it Jenkins?
Gibbons.
Gibbons.
Was that a Gibbons one or was it Jenkins?
No, it's Jenkins. Tug on my penis for a spell. There's a good lass.
There's a good lad.
I was doing that. It's funny you bring that up because I was doing that the other day just to myself on the couch at like 1 a.m. There's a good lad.
We were doing the utility brick thing,
Yeah.
or just to entertain ourselves.
Gibbons.
I didn't ask you if the liquor store is closed. I asked you to fetch my breakfast. Here, take my utility brick.
Good news, Gibbons. I'm severely reducing your pay. So you don't pay me.
No.
Now you're paying me.
Poor Gibbons.
Now please wax my asshole. I'm feeling a bit itchy.
Gibbons, really get in there and give it a good scrub.
Give it in. That's a
good lad.
That's something about the phrase. That's a good lad. That's a good lad.
It's very like patronizing, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just,
That's a good lad.
I got a quick recommendation for you guys.
Oh, fuck.
It's also music. I don't normally do music.
No, you don't, because you have no taste in music.
That is not true. I just like the things I already like, and they're things from 20 years ago. That's not the same as having no taste. That's having no imagination.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair point.
New album from Everything came out last month.
Oh, yeah.
I don't expect you to like this. I don't think you like them. I don't think you like a lot of the weird bands I like, but this is a good album.
No, I did listen to that track you dropped. That thing
You listened to My Computer.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah.
I actually really dug that.
Yeah, it's harmonically very rich and weird, and the lyrics are very weird. The whole
Sort of Montrealish.
yeah, it's
In a more rhythmic way.
yeah. They've gotten, I don't know. It's interesting because their albums feature like quite a bit of a lot of different kinds of songs across them. They have like a couple of different styles that I would say they fall back on a lot. So there's like kind of like a couple of different flavors across every album. But the gimmick behind this album that I thought was really cool, and then I thought it was less cool after I looked into it a bit. The idea was that they were going to produce a lot of the lyrics via AI. So like the lead singer put in everything from like 4chan posts to news articles to like philosophy books, all this stuff, basically dropped it into a predictive text creation, like GPT-3 or something like that, just to see what kind of lyrics it would generate. Now, it turns out that maybe 5% of that actually ended up on the album. So it's not a lot of it. But it was a cool gimmick. And of course, it's like the only thing anyone wants to talk about the album because it's a really cool gimmick. But didn't get used that much.
Yeah.
But that said, this album is really cool and weird and experimental. And the whole thing, basically beginning to end, it feels to me like a conversation with the algorithm. Like, like whatever our machines we have like devised to live with us. Yeah. It's like a conversation with that thing. That song in particular, My Computer, is so cool. And I'm pretty sure that one lyric that I really like, which is, it's from the singer to his computer saying, "You're in love with the future. I don't know why."
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's a machine written lyric. which is really weird to think about. Like a machine conceiving of someone being in love with the future. I don't know. And it seems like our technology is always kind of pulling us further, faster into the future, like in a way that we don't really understand, I guess. So I don't know. The whole album's cool. A lot of good music on it. A lot of very interesting lyrics on it. It's definitely got like weird stuff that's like less approachable, and it's got like straight up pop music, and it's really cool, and I like them a lot. And it's called Raw Data Feel. So
Dope.
listen to it.
All right, I will.
All right, so let's wrap this bad boy up.
Yeah.
What are we at now?
I don't know.
Over 2 hours
Oh,
now.
wow. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we
Went
actually
fast.
did a real show this time.
Yeah.
I learned that Lieutenant Dan's penis lies in state, shredded beyond recognition.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Dan, you got a new penis.
Ice cream. Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan, ice cream for your penis. Put it on your penis, Lieutenant Dan.
I must have ate me about 15 penis ice cream cones.
Penis ice cream. They're specifically the ice cream for your penis when you get your dick blown off in Vietnam. They have a special cone with like a dent in it so you can tuck it up against your shredded genitals.
The Army soft serve department.
Yeah, the Army Corps of Soft Serve comes around and ice creams your shredded penis.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan. You ain't got no penis anymore.
You get your penis blown off, they rip open a medical bag and stick a Klondike bar on it.
It's like a field medic with a Klondike.
Give me another Klondike!
The good humor division.
Vanilla's not working. Let's try chocolate.
Like, come on!
I hear him. I hear the ice cream medical corps coming.
We're gonna need strawberry crunch bars! The Klondike's not strong enough!
Lieutenant Dan got himself a brand new penis.
Am I gonna fuck again? Oh, you gonna fuck, buddy? It's gonna be great.
Incidentally, I learned Freud would have a
napalm
field
and-
day with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I wrote Sister Act 2 is a gay thing.
It might be a gay thing. Still unclear.
Is it like the gay version of like The Room, or like is it one of those things that's like so corny and like
I don't know.
bad, but for gay people? I don't know.
Hey, gays who listen to this podcast, please tell us.
We desperatally need the opinion of the gays.
Is Sister
gays.
Act 2 a significant part, for better or worse,
Yeah.
of
Hey,
gay culture?
Talking to you, gays.
Gay theatrical culture. I suspect it's not.
The three dudes solicit the gays. Let's see what else. I got yodeling is impressive, but lame, and that makes it a lot like the Chevy Volt.
Yeah. Let's see. I wrote, I need to be prepared mentally if there's going to be a didgeridoo present.
Right. I need time to get out.
I learned that the president is insatiable.
Yeah, Joe Biden loves cocaine on his penis.
Presidential
Come on, man.
boner coke.
Come
New
on,
album.
man.
That's what was the album we came up with by Trey Dude?
Oh, I can't
It
remember.
was like our metal album. We called ourselves Trey Dude, but this is our psychedelic album. Is Presidential Boner Coke.
I got one more. I wrote Gorgle Bordangle. Engels Kegels.
Ingles Kingle.
Oh my God.
That's so goofy. What are you? An idiot Sandalusia.
I distinctly heard an Indian.
I did say an Indian sandwich. What are you? An Indian sandwich. I also got our entire...
Wurgle the Fergal Herbal.
It's Burgle!
It's Fergal Burgle. Merkin a gurgle.
Get out of my Klurgle!
What do you durgle, you freaking gurgle?
It's Rurg!
It's fucking rrrr.
You forgot the Lurms!
Claremont, heard in your Applin. You're out of Eccles Kegel.
Heard in your herblin. Okay, I love it.
All right.
I forgot to mention, but I have all 8 parts of our our constitutional amendments.
So far.
Yeah,
We
right.
have more we have to add.
We have to write a constitution so we can add these amendments.
Yeah.
We'll get around to that.
What's number 4? We tried.
Number 3 is we try.
We try.
Number 0 is the whole Bill of Rights. So that kind of moved everything a little bit.
Yeah.
Fuck the government. Let's see. Bill of Rights. We're number 2. Tuesday is Tuesday. We try.
We're number 2.
We would do anything for love, but we won't do that.
Fuck the government. Put tea in the harbor. Don't be that fucked up. No rules. And C number 7. So we got a pretty. Actually, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Especially that tea in the harbor thing. That seems to work out.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
It's a good way to pop a few monocles, ruffle a few ascots.
Ridiculous.
Verbal a couple of gerbles.
It's ridiculous.
Rhubarb.
All right, boys. This is good. Let's call it. Right? Just, yeah.
We're back.
It's my birthday.
Happy birthday, Ben.
Thank you.
We love you. I can speak for Chris, I think.
We'll be back
Yeah, we're actually going to try to do this in 2 weeks ago.
next week, 2 weeks from now, where I will be talking about genital warts. The topic will be
Genital warts?
Genital warts.
I'm really looking forward to that conversation.
Did I tell you guys I had to go get tested one time?
when?
Because I slept with someone who may have been compromised when I was like
Compromise.
What, like a communist?
Secret agent.
I was like 18. Yeah, and I found out later that
That her passport was fake and she
That-
was actually from Brazil.
that
and
she-
was a spy.
It's a hostile viral infiltration in the area of her cooter.
yeah, I found out later that she had contracted genital warts.
Yeah.
So I had to go get tested at like 18 years old.
Do they do the thing where they swab your penis? Like inside your penis? How far do they go in your penis?
Not as far as you not
Is it the whole length of the
No,
tip of the Q-tip?
Not as far as
No.
I'm used to.
right.
That was a breezy one.
It's in far enough to not be comfortable.
I'm going to guess like half the swab goes in.
It's in a decent ways.
I think I could probably get a Q-tip that far into my penis. without that.
She basically told me, she's like, look,
Here I say, just bring it in a baggie. Here I saved you the trouble.
yeah. She's like, look, you're only
Go ahead
going to
and
know
test
if she basically said you're only going to know if you have an outbreak, but we'll check your blood to see if we detect anything, and then we'll do the swab and the
Yeah.
whole kit and caboodle. So
I'm glad you went and got checked.
she was very kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Incidentally, my wiener's fine.
I
Oh,
thought
thank
so.
God.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
They were able to get the Q-tip out.
Yeah. Thank God.
You just got like a big, giant pee hole and it just fell all the way in. Just, oh no.
Yep. And the person who drove me to that appointment. No, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah,
Let's not go there.
We're going to not name one person finally.
I'll tell you later.
The person who drove me to that appointment, I later gave genital warts.
And that person who
hilarious.
drove me to the appointment, Albert Einstein.
And then everybody stood up and clapped. All right. We'll be back. I'll pick a topic next week. I will have a Who Said It Best for you, gentlemen.
done that in so long.
Yeah, it is time.
Yeah. it
For
is
the new
time.
season of Who Said It Best.
Yeah. Right. This will be the first one this year.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited.
All right, let's do it.
All right. See you guys next time. Thank you for listening. We are, as always, your dudes. Goodbye.
Sharpton for president.